We're playing some Pentiment today. Some Pentiment. Oh fuck, that's completely the wrong category. Dang. Fuck. I didn't do my fucking setup. No, I accidentally launched Cocoon. Everything's going to shit. Fuck. Fuck shit. Fuck. Music's already banging. Oh, this is gonna be a good game. We are updated. What's up, Arctic? What's cooking? Music is fucking sick. Alright. Is this your first Obsidian game? What other games have Obsidian made? Are they the Massive? No, they're not. They're like Fallout and Pillars of Eternity, right? And the Outer fucking Worlds. And didn't they just release a game too, no? Let me see. Yeah, Vowed. Oh, they did Grounded? Oh, they did all the Pathfinders. Well, not all of them. At least Pathfinder Adventures they did. Star Wars Knights, the Sith Lord. Oh, they did Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Light in Vegas, Neverwinter Nights, South Park: The Stick of Truth, Pillars of Eternity. They've done some shit, huh? It is my very first Obsidian game. It is my first Obsidian game. Yo, what's up, Antoine? Welcome to Pentiment. It's not set up correctly. One sec. I'm a good streamer. There we go. There we go. I'm missing 2 followers, I think. It says 48. And then once I get my average viewers back up to 3, we get fucking emotes and bits and shit and subs. And we farming primes. You guys hear the game? Is it good? Is this a controller or a keyboard and mouse game? Surprised you haven't played it. New Vegas. But I guess you said you don't like single player shooters. Yeah, no. I'm not a big fan, though Halo intrigued me. I was intrigued by Halo. So I think that was one of the downsides of playing it on Heroic, was that it was very slow for the stream and for me. But the upsides was it awoke an understanding of like hard shooters, how to play them, and what makes them interesting. So it's a give and take. Sheesh, this game has more than 20 total viewers. Yeah, I know, right? It's a game. I was looking for something. I don't remember what. Oh, yeah. Pentiment, controller, or keyboard. Sheesh, we have weed. Okay, I'm gonna... Am I feeling controller? I think I'm feeling controller. Fuck it. Let's play with controller. We'll see how it feels. We might go back to keyboard and mouse. Let's just fucking launch it. I'm loving this music though. Let's just run it. How hard is it for you guys to read the fonts on the left? Should I go for easy to read fonts or like stylized fonts? Because I can read them, and obviously I'm going to read them out, most of them. But can you guys actually see them? One's on the left. I see them well. I see you got mod back. Yeah, I got my full mod squad. I'm missing another one of my mods, but he hasn't been here in a while. You see? Okay, we're fucking stylized. We're just going, we're just running it. So Louis, I guess you won't have to play Pentiment because you're gonna be watching me play it. I recommended it to him in between the two Kingdom Come deliverances, but he wanted to hop into 2 right away. In principio errata, verbum errata pudum et deus. I don't know how to read Latin. What the hell? What are we pressing to press this down? Okay. Interesting. It doesn't make sound when you're not actually erasing anything. That's interesting. Interesting system, interesting audio system. Fuck, I wanted to erase everything, bro. We have a full week of Robin reading Latin with an Italian accent? Yeah, we have. Renus in petu emitiru ategi lucidus. Fuck, I'm gonna love this music. Another game whose soundtrack I can add to the D&D playlist. It's gonna be sick. What do you mean, oh no? Is it more variety better in the D&D playlist? Math? I haven't done math in like 20 years. Music? I haven't done that in like 3 years. Has anyone played this game before? Has anyone played any of the Obsidian games? Which ones have you played, Arctic, of the Obsidian games? Louis, this is Obsidian. This is the studio that made KOTOR. I don't know if you ever played KOTOR. Remember Thibaut from Le Mans really liked it. An artist sleeps. An artist's mind. Fuck. And the abbot said to me, Andreas. What did the fucking abbot say to me? I don't want you distracting the sisters in the library. I need you to finish this commission by the end of April. Keep your conversations with Brother Piero to a minimum. Fuck, what did the abbot say to me? Sisters. Yeah. Up to the devil's work again, are ya? Don't encourage him. Devotions to one word can yield pleasures of the mind superlative to those of the body. Classic Piero, I catch. Either you need to spend time with more exciting lovers, or I need to learn how to work the Socrates way. How did you reply to the abbot, Andreas? This is the storyline Louis would have chosen if he played this game. What am I playing? Who am I? Who am I? Who should I be? I mean, I did ping everyone in Discord and say let's go pick up some nuns. So I guess we're a nun player. It's not my fault that God made me this handsome. You're insufferable. Alas, this Christian faith views desire less favorably than I did in my time. Oh? Perhaps this longing for you will instill in them a greater appreciation for beauty. Right. Try telling that to the abbot next time, Andreas. I'm guessing these are like famous because the only one I know is Socrates. Yeah, Saint Grobian, Beatrice, I think her name is top left, and the fucking guy in the middle. They're like other famous characters that Andreas, I don't know why I'm speaking it like it's fucking, she's like my Amabotes. Andreas is probably like the more, well, I don't know. But they're probably all like real people. Who the fuck is Saint Grobian? Why are you dressing like that? Mr. John. Despite the abbot's ire, you must endure. Soon you will have finished both the abbot's work, as well as your masterpiece. And then you will return to Nuremberg, where marriage and your new life as a master awaits you. A master? Did I mouse over any of this? No, okay. Glossary. Whoa! Free Imperial City of the Holy Roman Empire. Oh, so we're in the Holy Roman Empire times. So the currency might also be Goshen. Yes, marriage to someone he has never met. Hardly ideal. Well, the alternative is becoming a philosopher. Oh, Jesus. Then you should definitely get married. Is she pretty at least? Not to be confused with the Roman Empire. Yes, not to be confused with the Roman Empire. This one's holy. This one my brother sent in his letters, but maybe he's trying to lift my spirits. The small portrait they sent was lovely, but we artists can be flatterers. Oh, who knows? It's not why I'm doing it anyway. What? We artists can be flatterers. It is growing late. I've lost track of all of their voices. The wheel of time stops for no man, Andreas. I fear you must leave us. There's actually a difference historically. Yeah, I know. I know. Will you visit us again soon? Hopefully, but it's out of my control, Your Majesty. As are many things. Trust in Providence. Grobian, please see Andreas safely home. EU education. Yeah. I don't even know if it was that. I think it was just I watched Vikings or something. Or I watched Finland's Until next time, Andreas. Until next time, Your Majesty. X. This leads the conversation, I'm guessing. The fuck's going on here? Pay no minds to the other fools, Andreas. I never do. Ow. At least I would if they stopped stepping on my feet. I don't know why, but everyone's British in the Middle Ages. Watch where you're going. They're fools, Andreas. No point in trying to teach them anything. I know old John wants you to enjoy the abbot's shit, but since I take you home, I get the last word. Kingdom, great. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Don't let him run you ragged, boy. He's just trying to keep order in the Abbey. I'm an outsider. Right, an outsider he brought in. If he wants your work, he has to deal with you as you are. Or just step on my fucking foot. God! Would you please stop? What the fuck is going on here? I give up. Take me home, Grobian. As you wish, Andrea. Andreas. Probably Andreas, but that's a very American way. What the fuck? She's a wizard. Ursula. Good morning, Ursula. Gomandur. Cast a spell on me. Time to get up. Baron. April 15. April 1818. What is this? I really should clean this up. Gotta give myself a better voice. Someone give me a cool character voice in chat. The Pictrix, Key of Solomon, the Heptameron, Prior Ferenc keeps giving me all these books to read. What the fuck? Can't impress it quickly enough. Yeah, I should clean this up. Prior Ferenc. This guy. Okay. It's a long ass finger. I'm not tired. Perhaps after complying. What the fuck is... Monastic hour corresponding to 8 p.m. One of the little hours of prayer. The monks and nuns retired to the dormitory shortly after. Hans Niemann. I don't remember what he sounds like. And what the hell is she doing? Andrea... I think she's trying to say my name. Andrea... Yeah. Quests. What the hell? Ex Libris. I don't know what that means. The mushroom guy from D&D. No, no, that's gonna... No, I can't do that for a whole goddamn character. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. I mean, good pull, though. I don't even remember if I can do that. More pages, Primes, hour 6. Another day, another few pages for the abbot, and hopefully a few for myself. I need to get across town and head up to the abbey so I can start work at the scriptorium. Damn. Tassing, Greater Tassing to the abbey. Europe? Where are we? Next to Venice. Next to Prague. Where's Bohemia? I think Bohemia is much more to the top right. Passing towards okay. Clara. Good morning, Andreas. Did you sleep well? Oh. The fuck? The game corrected itself. Is it because she's a peasant so she doesn't know how to spell? That's crazy. Ordinary as far as sleeping goes. Okay, I forgot to release my short before I went live. I have a short that I'm sitting on. But as long as you didn't sleep poorly. Anyway, I know you'll be off to the abbey, so I packed you some food. Roll a d4. Almonds, cheese, and some of the rye you like from the albums. I rolled a 1. I don't know why I did it, but I rolled a 1. Otto wanted me to ask you to join him for dinner at the Abbey. Look at this guy. Okay. Auto stop by? Yes, around dawn. Why is there so many fucking animals here? You slept bad, great. Forgot about that. Here you are, Andreas. That's too kind of you, Clara. Many thanks. I don't know what I think she gave me food. It's too kind of her. Ask Andreas if it wouldn't be too much trouble. Could we? Would it be too much trouble if you paid next month's rent today? And if we raised it by 2 groschen? Oh, it's groschen! It is the same fucking currency. I hate to ask, but we're behind on our taxes to the Abbey. 2 months behind. Damn. Peter's losing his hair over it, even more than usual, I mean. He's got a lot of hair, he'll be fine. Not sure how to respond to this. Rent wasn't due until the beginning of May. Hey, it's the devils on my shoulders. I mean, it's not like I'm paying it. I'll be generous. On the other hand, she might think she can keep asking me for advances on rent. No, wait, maybe I'm illiterate too. I made a mistake. Or just to like show that is it just the style. It's not about, you know, who can. It's not about correcting people who aren't literate. It's about just the style. Let's do this. Oh, bless you, Andreas. And Mace. Oh God. Oh, fucking that came late. And because they wrote it in red, they have to write it in red. Does this imitate how a script, like a scripter in the Middle Ages had to write? And may Saint Luke watch over you today. Christian evangelist and patron saint of artists, physicians, often represented by a winged bull. Speaking of Saint Luke, how's your masterpiece coming along? It's been 2 months now, hasn't it? Slowly, I'm afraid. Most of my days are spent doing work for the Abbey. It's only during the Divine Office that Prior Ferenc allows me to work on my masterpiece. Divine Office. The prayer time observed by all Christian monastic orders. Monks and nuns pray together 7 times a day and once at night, as dictated by the rule of Saint Benedict. A reasonable restriction, but slow going. The city council doesn't require it to become a master. I'm making it mostly to show clients and for my own sake. And yes, when I do finish, I will go back to Nuremberg, where I will marry and open a workshop of my own. From Nuremberg to a university and now traveling the world as an artist. What a life you have ahead of you, Master Andreas. Yes, I suppose it does feel like I'm starting a new chapter in my life after some wandering. It must be rather frightening, starting over again. It is, but I now know that this is what I want to do. I made an important choice. Not many people get to decide that. Certainly not anyone in Tassurg. Anyway, I don't know anything about art, but I've seen you sketching such beautiful things in your little book. Your masterpiece must be wonderful. Well, it's hard to say until it's done. That's no way to think about it. I'm sure it will be treasure when it's finished. Now I have to get back to my own work. Have a good day at the Abbey, Andreas, and we'll see you after Vespers for supper. I'm guessing that's also a time. Monastic hour at dusk. Not tonight, but thank you. Klaus Drucker invited me over for supper. Of course. Please say hello to the Druckers for us. Of course, until later, Clara. Hello, Andreas. Hey, Claire, I can check to her, but not to. How much are you behind in taxes? Oh, well, about 2 goldens worth. You can't pay your rent early, that's all right. I'm sure we can find some way to pay the abbot. I was merely curious. Oh, I see. Peter's too proud of a man to ask for charity when there's still ground to till. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked you about... In the first place, you're young and have your own life ahead. If you're sure, I am. I apologize for putting our burdens onto you, Andreas. That wasn't Christian of me. Please don't mention this to Peter. He would hate to know that I bothered you about all our troubles. You won't know a thing. Thank you, Andreas. Until later, Clara. Okay, so I didn't give them money. Tell Peter? Oh, what? There's Peter. Fuck. Damn. This is Big Peter. Oh, where did I go? Big Jory, actually. I wasn't too far off. Morning, Andreas. Morning, Bajorg. How's it going? You working today? Just taking a rest for a bit. Dad's still in the field. He hit a big rock with the plow, and it took me Lord knows how long to pull it off. You off to the Abbey? Every day but Sunday. Right. Thank God off for Sundays. Smells like a storm's coming, though. Huh. Just smells like fresh alpine air to me. You've been traveling too much. Where was it you spent your wandering years, during which journeyman, artists, or craftsmen traveling far and wide to improve their skills? Where did you spend your wander hour before you came to Tassie? Andreas knows some Italian and French and can reference cultural touchstones from Basel and nearby Bern, Zurich, and Freesburg. Andreas knows some Dutch and French and can reference cultural touchstones from Antwerp, Bruges, and Ghent. Andreas knows Italian, a little Greek, and can reference cultural touchstones from Florence, Venice, and Milan. I say Low Countries because that's where I am right now. Antwerp, Bruges, and Ghent, all the great art cities of Flanders. Where's that? North and west, down by the sea. There is your problem. The sea air has confused your sense of smell. Spend enough time in these mountains and you'll be able to smell a storm coming. How long will that take? 10, 15 years? I don't think I have that long, Big George. What'd you spend all that time in Flanders doing anyway? Other than art, I mean. Hedonist. Craftsman, bookworm, rapscallion. Businessman. This is the let's pick up some nuns stream, I guess, so we're a hedonist. Flemish women are beautiful, and the beer is wonderful. What do you think I spent my time doing? Sounds like fun, but you better not let Father Thomas hear about it. What's he look like? Why not? Priests tell us to emulate the lives of the saints. I revere Saint Augustine, who said, "Lord, make me chaste, but not yet." Saint Augustine of Hippo was an early Christian philosopher, theologian, and bishop of Hippo Regius. He is recognized as a doctor of the church and is most known for his works, City of God, and his autobiographic confessions, as well as his development of the doctrine of original sin. If you say so, Andreas, I still think you're going to get in trouble with Father Thomas. York! Anyway, I have to get going. York, let's go! Dad's already acting like I'm taking too long, even though I did all the work to get that rock out. See you later, Andreas. Until later. Andreas! That's it, that's all he has to say to me. Ill Peter. What the fuck? There's Peter, Big Peter, and Ill Peter. Bless you, God bless you. Andreas. Oh, yes, Andreas. This weather's been god awful. This town's gone to shit since my days. Were things very different when you were young? As different as beer and piss. The old abbot didn't bother us much about our customs. He didn't mind if we let a little offering to keep the skies clear, the weather fair. Pagan goddess of the Alps associated with animals and spinning wool. Matthias knew that God was in our hearts, even if the White Lady's name was on our lips. The church banned all observances of pagan god, El Peter. What sort of old customs? I thought St. Moritz protected tasting. You think that spirits have been following the weather since no one follows the customs anymore? Sharper than you look, eh? The saints were at the first to watch over passing. My father knew that. Old Ranninkempter knew that. That bastard Abbot may not like it, but some of us keep the tradition alive. What do those traditions entail? When you get up in the night to take a piss, go around the right side of the house, and never go back the same way. That way the witches don't steal your soul. How interesting. Cough, cough. I should go. Alright, God bless you. Do you guys also go around the right side of your house? I'm going to take a piss. Where's the map? We're at the... Guess we'll see what's over here. Town Commons. Gertner Farm. Is that where I was? Oh, I was probably down there. Gertner Farm. Town Commons. The farms, okay. That was probably at the farm. I want to go back and see what was on the right. Guessing also the commons. No, just sheep. And very weird looking pigs, what the fuck? I have a quest, no? Something that I should be doing? People. We got different groups. Daughter of Peter and Clara, half-sister of Eva and Big Lord. Why are they orange? Why are they blue? Why are they deep blue? Why are they green? Group, huh? Big Yorn, Clara, Klaus, Andres. Hello. Lawrence. What the fuck is that, Lawrence? Baron of Rothvogel, from near Worms, patron of Curacao Abbey, lover of books and art. Michelle Haberle. Swabian servant of Lorenz Rothvogel. Zimmerman, the carpenter and son of old Otto. Peter, husband of Clara, known for his temper and his dislike of the Abbey. Brother Piero. Artist. Father Thomas. Okay. Andrew Schmidt's smithy. It's so much smaller than the one he uses at the Abbey. Oh, Andreas, good timing. Do you have a moment to lend me a hand? I don't know, you went full British. Of course. Wonderful. I've got too many irons into the fire. Or rather, horseshoes. I miscounted how many I put in, now I need a hand. I'll still overheat and I won't be able to work the metal. Here, take the shoe and the tong. Put the hot part of the shoe on the anvil and I'll hit it with the hammer. Good, good. Next one. Oh, okay, that was spinning the wrong way. Interesting. Thanks for the help. I don't know what I was thinking doing all those at once. It sure would be nice to have someone to help me out here every day. He considered a child. Ah, well, that's probably a topic for another day. Anyway, I don't want to take up any of your time. I'll see you at the Auto up by the Abbey guest house for dinner. Until then. And he has a cool animation for turning quickly. That's why there's so many fucking animals. Why is there so many sheep in the middle of the goddamn village? Martin, please, can you give me a hand here? What do you want? I'm keeping an eye on them. That looks a lot like standing there and doing nothing. Martin, for Lord's sake, for Christ's sake, help your cousin. Ah, morning, Andreas. Excuse us. 4 of the fence rails fell and the sheep started hopping it. 1 of the fence rails. Should I offer to help? Perhaps helping others also helps us. It allows us to feel useful. It takes satisfaction in our work. That idiot Martin should be helping them. Yell at him. Give him a good scare. There's no need for that. And again, I don't know anything about sheep and I'd probably just get in the way. That's true. No, excuse me, I'll try to stay out of the way. Thanks. It'll probably take an hour or 2 to track them all down at this rate. Blood sacrament. Damn it, Veronica. What did I say about sacraments? Oh look, there's something going up on the Steinauer's place. Oh, it's the noble who likes art and books and shit. Who's on that horse? Looks rich. I don't know, Martin, but Lucky is giving him an earful. I haven't seen Lucky that worked up since Peter and Clara's wedding when Joanne pulled his pants down. The fuck is Johann? Knocked 2 of my man's teeth out. You don't want to feel the strength behind a stonemason's aim. You think he's a noble? He looks really rich. Damn it, Martin. God damn it, Martin. Stay out of trouble for once. What, Aunt Hetty? Behave yourself. Don't we have enough to deal with right now? Andreas, if you wouldn't mind moving your skinny little body up to the Orad, we need to get these sheep under control. Skinny little body? Help your aunt and your cousin, alright? Eat shit, Andreas. Martin doesn't like me. Fuck, I can't get up there from here. What is this pathing? Oh, wait. Oh, there's sheep, so I can't go up there either. Fucking, why are there so many sheep? How's it going? Morning, Andrews. How's it going? What the fuck was that? Morning, Klaus. Another day's at the Abbey. Another few hours to work on my masterpiece. This guy's a printer. He prints things. Good to hear. You still coming by for supper tonight? Mary and Bert would love to see you. You really need to see these new woodcuts I have for an Italian edition of Till en un Spiegel. The titular character of a popular 15th century book, Till is a prankster continually exposing the vices and hypocrisy of others. He's also quite skilled at tricking people into smelling, touching, or eating his excrement. What the fuck? I didn't realize Father Thomas let you print books in Italian. Come on, Andrews. He's not that strict. I know he's just trying to protect people from... that's not very nice. Heresy? Sure, why not? Some of the things people are publishing these days would make a bishop's head spin. Or an abbot's. It doesn't take much with that one. I know, but at least I don't have to deal with him much. So, supper tonight after Vespers? Yeah, it's a time. Of course, thank you. Great. Wait, didn't I have another fucking... No, this is the Druckers, so we're fine, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. This is the people that I was supposed to... Okay, so we're the Gurners, so we're... Okay, I see. I see, I see. To the Abbey to the right. Okay. Bless Master Mailer. God bless Master Mailer. I hope your week is going well. Also, they have a church in town, and then there's the Abbey. Okay. Thank you, Father. It's going quite well. I'm on my way to get to work. Good, good, Andreas. I don't recall seeing you at Sunday morning Mass. You understand how important it is for your salvation that you receive Holy Communion, don't you? I just stayed up too late on Saturday. I don't want to get into an argument with him about this. Going to church on Sunday be such a burden? If not for his sake, consider it for your own. A man has many duties. Father Thomas should appreciate how hard you work to help the Abbey. This asshole can't make you go to Mass? The hell with him. I feel like Socrates is the voice of reason in most of these conversations. Almost everyone in town works hard, though. That's true. Ah, yes, I apologize, Father. You don't have to make a promise to me, but our salvation is contingent on... Oh my, what a blessed day to receive such an illustrious visitor. Master Mailer, this is Lorenz, Baron of Rothvogel. Rothvogel. Oh, okay. If you can't spell it correctly, how the fuck am I supposed to pronounce it? Rothvogel. A great lord from the countryside near Worms. Prosperous imperial free city in the western part of the empire, located on the Rhine River. Good to see you, Father Thomas. It is nice to be remembered fondly. I only wish all of your neighbors were as welcoming. Well, yes. What brings you back to our little town? My wife and I were returning from our trip to Venice. We spent a few days in... I know what Venice is. One of the most powerful republics on the Italian peninsula, sitting on the northwest coast of the Adriatic Sea. Venice is a major center for commerce. Innsbruck, capital of the Austrian county of Tyrol and major stop on the imperial road connecting Italy and Bavaria. It is the closest major city to Kearsau Abbey and Tassing. Notably, it was also the site of witch trials in 1485. And it was terribly dull. I mean, it has a certain charm common to these alpine cities, but the place was crawling with nobles for the emperor's diet. The emperor? Was he there? Did you see him? Ah, briefly. But he was seating for a portrait at that time. Quite lovely, I didn't want to bother him or the painter. Why was the diet assembled? The imperial diet is an assembly of the three colleges of the imperial estates of the Holy Roman Empire. The prince-electors, the princes and dukes. The prince-electors, the princes and dukes. And representatives of the imperial cities. Why was the diet assembled? Oh, nothing you need to worry about. Austrian things, Habsburg things, boring even for noble. Anyway, my wife wanted to stay a bit longer in Innsbruck, and I decided to ride ahead to make a visit to Kearsau. I hear Father Matthias. Is it Matthias? It's Matthias. There's two T's. Died shortly after my last visit, of course. A great loss for the Abbey and for us all. Indeed, by good fortune I recently came across a copy of Historia Taspei, an account of the early history of Tassing. Historia Taspei. Taspei? He was reading during my last visit. Father Matthias was hoping to find a second copy to corroborate the contents of the first. It contains some fascinating details about this history of this place. I'm afraid they might even cause a bit of a scandal. Completely lost his voice. I assume. But I must be off. There will be time enough to discuss Tasping's past later. I commissioned a manuscript from the Abbey through Father Gurnot, and I have come to check on its progress. Oh, my lord, if you have come to see your manuscript, you should speak with young Master Mailer here. You have to marry to be a master? Not quite a true master yet, I still have to marry and be approved by our city council. Andreas is a journeyman artist from Nuremberg. For the next few months, he's also helping in the Abbey scriptorium. A Big Burger artist working in an Abbey scriptorium in 1518? Oh, we should talk, Andreas. I must know the story. Surely, my lord, I'm already late. I'm already late to the Abbey, but I suppose it's alright. Of course it is. I'll have a word with the abbot if he makes a fuss. And if he still makes a fuss, I'll have a word with the Prince Bishop of Beijing, a good friend of mine. This fucking guy. Religious and secular ruler of scattered territories in the Holy Roman Empire, including the lands containing Tassing and Kiersau Abbey. Thank you for the introduction, Father Thomas. I can't, I already have a dinner, I'm sorry. Did he oh no, he's not inviting me. Oh, don't worry about it, Father, just show up after Vespers. What is he going to do, refuse us? Excellent, we shall see you then. McClaus, I'm dismounting. Run ahead of us and take the horses to the Abbey's guest house. I'd like to take my time talking with Master Mailer. I'll meet you there. At once, my lord. That fucking rabbit looks on drugs. So then a journeyman from Nuremberg. Forgive me, I can't fucking read. Forgive me for saying so, but you seem a little old to not yet be a master. You said you were unmarried? No, I'm not married. But in truth, I came to my vocation later than my father and brothers. I was in university for a number of years, at Erfurt. Erfurt? Wonderful. The same university as Martyr Luther. Have you read his works? Tremendous mind. Erfurt is one of the most populous cities in the empire and is located near its heart. Priest and professor of theology at the University of Wittenberg, controversial for his opinions on the church's sale of indulgences to forgive sin, which were recently published and distributed throughout the empire. He says things about the church that should have been said years ago. Might get him in trouble, but he's a brave, brilliant man. Wait, you may have even met him, did you? You must tell me. Oh no, he was a few years ahead of me. Still, his ideas do seem fascinating. I agree wholeheartedly. I simply must meet him if I get the chance. I wonder if the good brothers of the Abbey have heard of him. Perhaps they have even read his list of 95 theses against the church. Propositions against the church's practice of selling indulgences. Yeah. Father Matthias was not above having a lively debate. I hope Father Gernot does not disappoint in that regard. Abbot of Kiersau before Father Gernot, widely respected by the monks and nuns as well as the people of Tassing, known for his kindness and his love of books. Okay, so we got another father. But enough about Luther for now. Tell me about your university studies. Forgive me, Baron, but did you attend university? You seem very well educated. Ah, no, my family is merely wealthy enough to have provided me with all of the books and the tutors a child could dream of. I love all knowledge, from Aristotle and Cicero to Ficino and Erasmus. I didn't know Erasmus was Erasmus of Rotterdam, a Dutch priest and philosopher who is preeminent among northern humanists. He is known for his work in Latin and Greek, as well as his calls for reform within the church. I don't know, I just know about that from, like, going abroad in Europe. Aristotle, Greek philosopher and student of Plato, renowned as a polymath. He wrote on a wide variety of subjects. His work is extensively cited by current scholars, and even more work is attributed to him than he could have ever written. Cicero, statesman, scholar, lawyer, and renowned orator of the late Roman Republic, he is revered both for his contributions to Latin literature and his skill at rhetoric. Ficino, Marsilio Ficino was a 15th century Italian priest and humanist who was one of the leading figures of the Italian Renaissance. He is well known for his translations of the work of Plato into Latin. I may have misheard the Baron. It seems he's as well read as any university student. In truth, I am simply happy to speak with another well-educated man. Now then, did you learn your doctorate? Did you earn your doctorate? Why did he rewrite that? What the fuck? I know, I didn't. Only a master's degree. I started working towards a doctorate but didn't finish. Well, that's a shame. Well, what was your area of study? Thinking back on that will affect your character's choices going forward. And just a strong understanding of Catholic theology, biblical knowledge, canon law, heresies, and similar subjects. Heresy knows the basics of the fractured systems of law that govern the various states of the Holy Roman Empire. And just is familiar with the basics of human biology, medicine, and illness. That sounds fun. I'm gonna go medicine. All things medicinal, studying the latest and greatest texts coming out of Italy. Ah yes, the Italians continue to innovate in that area. Extraordinary, really. I chose the only place where I studied, or where I went, that makes me not speak Italian, and now I chosen a thing where I read Italian texts. Fascinating work. Who knows what secrets we may learn about the human body in the decades to come. You! If I had any faith, I would have prayed you'd never show your face here again. Curse you, Lorenz Rothwogel. Pershta's dog tearing you to pieces would be too kind a fate. What the hell? These rustic communities display a shocking lack of hospitality, don't you think? What was that about? Who knows? By the time I finish guessing, the old crone will probably be dead. Well, what of your early time in the university? Every student must study the trivium and quadrivium, yes? Excuse me? Trivium and quadrivium present the lower and upper division of classic liberal arts university education. Grammar, logic, and rhetoric form the trivium. Arithmetic, geometry, music, and astronomy form the quadrivium. The lower and upper division of classic liberal arts. The grammar, logic, and rhetoric. So logic is a liberal art, interesting. And arithmetic is another liberal art, interesting. So is geometry. It's like a mix between science and arts. Did you have a favorite subject? Either Latinist, logician, and just instinctively thinks about through the implications of information as he receives it. Is adept at spatial analysis and can easily perform complicated calculations in his head. Andreas excelled at rhetoric in university. He's a skilled teacher, persuader, and public speaker. Andreas knows a great deal about the constellations, heavenly bodies, and their movements. He's also familiar with various plants and animals from study and personal experience. Andreas knows a soul-endangering amount of theoretical and practical knowledge on alchemy, astrology, theurgy, necromancy, and various magical rites and ceremonies. Magical rites and ceremonies? Andreas excelled at rhetoric in university, logician. I'm gonna go logician. Logician looks fun. Logic, geometry, and arithmetic. What's interesting for an artist was Aristotle's organor, the foundation of your study. Yes, the organor for logic and Euclid's elements for geometry, but the past few centuries have yielded wonderful new texts on logic. Peter Abelard provided the foundation of scholastic philosophy and established the primacy of Aristotle's work. 12th century French teacher, philosopher, and theologian. He is known for his philosophical work in logic and his theological work in atonement theory. He is also remembered for his love affair with his student, the renowned Benedictine nun, abbess, and scholar Héloïse d'Argenteuil. The Englishman William of Ockham gave us the Summa Logicae. Logica. I don't know how to fucking pronounce I don't know how to pronounce AE in Latin. How do you pronounce an AE, a Latin AE? How to pronounce Latin AE? Pronounce the rhyme C in bird. Romans pronounce the rhyme with sky. Pronounce the rhyme with C in borrowed words in English. The Romans pronounce the rhyme with sky. I. In church Latin, it rhymes with English A. A. Summa Logicae. Logicae, okay. The Englishman William of Ockham gave us Summa Logicae, arguing nominalism against Platonic realism. Okay. I gotta fucking plug my brain in for this game. 13th, 14th century English Franciscan philosopher and theologian, known for his commentaries on Peter Abelard's 4 books of synthesis. A lot of stuff to know. And of course, Thomas Aquinas gave us the tools to employ both faith and reason in the pursuit of truth. An immensely influential philosopher, theologian, and jurist in the tradition of scholasticism. All monks and friars, of course, a great deal of work to force Aristotle to fit within the Church's vision of truth. That's so wrong. I question that these great men should have had to wrestle logic into what the Church established by fiat and force. And your other studies, were there anything else you excelled at? I was also a good orator. Fuck it. The art of persuasion, naturally, rhetoric. Ah, I assume you studied the Greeks and Romans both. Yes, Aristotle and Cicero, of course, but also Christian thinkers like Augustine and Thomas Aquinas. Sure, we have less use for public discourse than senators did in the Roman Republic. Exactly. Doctors of the Church weren't trying to persuade politicians, but to move the mind towards Christian truth. Still, the principles remain the same: invent your arguments, then arrange, style, and internalize them before delivering them to your audience. Splendid. Though I suppose an artist has little use for rhetoric, especially in a place such as this. Not true, rhetoric is also an art, and like other forms of art, it should be created for the audience and its purpose. It can be practiced as easily in the streets of a rural town as in the Curia of Rome. Well put. Ah, there's the abbey. I have good memories of this place and of Father Matthias. I was sad to hear of his passing. How did you come to know him? How did you come to know of Kierso at all? My family have been patrons of Kiersaw for, I don't know how many generations. Some years ago, I heard that Kiersaw still had a wonderful library and artisans. Professional artists have taken over most manuscript production, so I was shocked to find an active scriptorium here. Well, there's not much left of it these days. 2 old men, a young scribe, and me. Ah, well, perhaps it is nostalgia that brings me back here. I commissioned a manuscript through Father Gurno a year ago. I thought I would stop by and check on the progress. Wait, are you the artist working on it? It's a prayer book with 20 illustrations. I know the work, but no, I do know the artist well, the venerable brother Piero. This guy, okay. How venerable? He still has his wits and his skills, if that's what concerns you. Brother Piero has an incredible talent with color, and I very much look forward to seeing it. Class, tend to the horses at the baggage. I'm heading up to the abbey. Yes, my lord. Well, let's not keep the abbot waiting any longer. Nuns. Quite unusual for a Benedictine house to have monks and nuns, even if they are separated. Benedictine, found in the 6th century, the Benedictines are a Christian monastic order that observes vows of obedience, poverty, chastity, and stability under the rule of Saint Benedict of Nursia. The church closed most of them centuries ago, but then Kiersaw is a place out of time in more ways than one. Do you know Mother Cecilia? She seemed to recognize you. We are acquainted, yes, let's leave it at that. Ah, you must be Father Gurno. I am Lorenz, Baron of... Holy fuck. Yes, the Baron of Rothvogel. So wonderful to have you here again. We actually did meet on your last visit. Ah, if you say so. I'm not good with remembering faces. Please forgive me, my lord, but I wasn't expecting you for another few days. Yes, I know, but I wrote ahead. I just couldn't wait to see my manuscript. I'm sure it's no trouble. Well, yes, I mean, no. It's no trouble. Did you want to see it now? Oh, in a moment. I could do with a bit of refreshment, though. May I grab something from the kitchen? Yes, yes, certainly, my lord. I will meet you there. Andreas, I don't know what you were doing with the Baron, but I need you in the scriptorium now. Let's go to work. Let's not get him angrier than he need to be. I don't think this is the right time. It's probably not where I should be. Probably not where I should be going. What's this though? God bless you, Andreas. God bless you, Mother Cecilia. Is there something I can help you with? I noticed that you took the sisters inside when I walked up with the Baron. What concern of it is yours? You said much in saying nothing, and now I will say even less. Good day, Andreas. Damn. My bell didn't help me. The hell is this? A feverfew. It always smells so fresh. Sister Gertrude is wise to have some in the garden. Ooh, what are they doing here? Sister Gertrude tries and stows all of her herbs here. I can pet the cat! Mastfanger. I pet Mastfanger. Sophie. Bless you, Master Mailer. How are things going in the Knight's kitchen? I mean no offense, but I cannot speak with men. Ah. Cannot speak with men. Many petaled cinquefoil. Casting is so lucky to have such wound wart naturally growing. Had to buy it back in Nuremberg. Like I know so much shit about plants. Bless you, Master Mailer. Sister, how are you? Mother Cecilia doesn't like talking to men unless it's necessary to perform our work. I understand. I'm leaving before I check what's in here. After I check what's in here. A painting of Hildegard of Bingen, Mother Cecilia's favorite. Doors into the convent are locked to outsiders, men at least. Makes sense. Alright, let's go see what else is. This door must lead into the rest of the convent, not for me. Not for us indeed. We have to find the scriptorium. Why does that fucking rabbit look like it's on crack? What is in the shrine? Oh, it's Gertrude. Bless you, Master Mailer. How goes your work in the scriptorium? Oh, she can talk to me. Very well, thank you. Oh, then I guess you wouldn't be interested in the saffron anise. The hell is that? Just trying to the saffron. What, saffron? Really? Where'd you hear that? Sister Matilda saw her at the Albans. Maybe you can convince Prior Ferenc to get some for your yellows. Good to know. How's Mousefang? She's around somewhere, hopefully getting to the baby rabbits before Sister Matilda does. Until later, Sister Gertrude. Bless you, Andreas. May I see you at the shrine one of these days. Elizabeth. Margaret. God bless you, Brother Piero. No, wait, it's Master Mailer. I thought you couldn't see. During the day, I can see some colors. How'd you know it was me? You and Brother Piero both smell of the pigments you use. But you're taller and you have another smell, like fish or burned almonds. Old linseed oil. I'll ask Sister Gertrude about it. How are her herbs coming? It's too early to tell. Most of them won't be grown until May. Still working with herbs suits me. Have a good day, Sister. What's this? What's this hand? A reliquary containing the hand of Saint Moritz, which is said to have once held the Holy Lance. What is that? What the hell is the Holy Lance? Is the patron saint of Tassing, also called the Spirit of Destiny or the Lance of Longinus. It is the lance that pierced Jesus' side on the cross. Many legends surround the lance and several place claims to possess it. Wow. What is that? Brother Matthew maintains the shrine along with some of the sisters who paint badges for pilgrims. What does Matthew look like? Damn. Cloister? Show me the map. I go to the cemetery. Someone in the infirmary. Damn, bro got a fucking eye patch. Most of these medicines were made by Agnes Steinar with some help from Sister Gertrude. Bless you, Andreas. Brother Florin, how are you? Brothers and sisters are well, so I am well, thank God. Andreas, have you spoken to Klaus Drucker? Andreas, yeah. Yes, quite recently, why? I believe you may be receiving a medical text from Bologna soon. Bologna? I'm quite interested in it. Can you read Italian? Ah, no, a little Italian and my Latin is not as good as I would like. I was hoping Brother Piero could help me with it if he has the time. I'm sure he will make time. He is a patient teacher. That he is. I will see you later, Andreas. Until then. Till then. What is it? It's Jesus. I know it's St. Luke. The patron of artists is also the patron of healers. Who are you? Sabat. God give you health, Master Mailer. Brother Sabat, I'm surprised to see you still here. As I am, but I will soon be leaving, returning to Rome. I and my bishop regret that we could not reciprocate Father Rodolph's generosity earlier. He showed much kindness to our priests at the Council of Constance many, many years ago. Will you remain in Rome? It is up to my bishop, but I will miss these mountains in any case. You should travel to Ethiopia, Master Mailer, and see the highlands. God has blessed my home with a wondrous beauty. And I would love to someday. I still need to return to Nuremberg and open my workshop. Yes, someday. Until then, if you are ever in Rome, I may still be around. I would like that. By the way, if you have some time in the next few days, it would be nice to share a meal with you and some of the townsfolk. The townsfolk? I'm accustomed to strange looks, especially in rural places like these, but I have kind words with the baker and his wife. Oh yes, the Albans, Ulrich and Gruet. I offered to tell us a story to the children and their brothers over a meal someday. Red seemed excited about the idea, but I would be more comfortable if you were there as well. You not eat here with the brothers? Yes, but I am a guest, and I am not bound by the rule as they are. The Rule of Saint Benedict of Nursia is a book of instructions for monks living together under the guidance of an abbot, written in the 16th century. Father Gurnos kindly allows me to come and go as I need to. Then I will make time for you in the next few days. If you are unable to do it, there's no trouble. God give you health, Andreas. Church. Rudiger. Abbey Tower. Sacristy. Old Bailey. What's up, Mathieu? God bless you, Andreas. How's the sanctity sacristy today? Bro, short as fuck. Mathieu? Same as yesterday. Does my vocation seem silly to you, Master Mailer? No, I was just being friendly. And go in peace, friend, knowing that the Abbey's treasures are secure for another day. God be with you. I have a favor to ask you. I was hoping you could give me pay for the latest manuscript early. This isn't part of the agreement you made with Father Gurnall. You'll be paid on the completion of each additional manuscript you illuminate, not before. Can't you make an exception this once? Not without good reason. This abbey runs through mutual agreements, not haphazard payments. Breaking such contracts would cause more trouble not only for Pearson, but for Tassing as well. Is that why Father Abbot has increased the taxes on the Gurtners? What is this about, Andreas? The Gurners have asked me for their rent early so they can pay their taxes to the Abbey. I would not have expected Peter Gurnett of all people to beg a lodger for help. Fuck, well, I didn't tell Peter. His wife asked me. That must have been difficult for her. I'm sorry, Andreas. If you seek remedy to the Gurner situation, please use your case of Father Gurnell. Matter is pressing, Brother Mathieu. In the name of Christian charity, isn't there anything you can do? This is money I would be paid eventually, and it will be a great relief to the Gurners. I did it. Very well, do not ask this of me again. I got money. Here you are, I shall note this with Father Gurnot. And Prior Fenric. Thank you, Brother Mathieu. God bless you, Andreas. Gertner's tapes. Alright, now that I've got my payment, I can give Clara the rent early. Give it to her directly to make sure she receives it. The Old Bailey. Where the fuck? The scriptorium, okay, let's go to work. What's up, Piero? Andreas, God bless you. So good to see you. Good morning, Brother Piero. Good to see you as well. I don't like this weather. My bones ache. It means a storm is coming. Big Georg Gertner says that if you live here 10 or 15 years, you can smell storms coming. Brother Adok has been here long enough that we can always smell him coming. Do not forget, Brother Guy, the fate of the youths who jeered the aged prophet Elisha outside of Berthel. Are you comparing yourself to a prophet, Brother Adok? I'm comparing you to an impudent youth whom the Lord in his ineffable wisdom may choose to strike down. Calm yourself. Oh, I say nothing, it's not my business. Everyone seems quite lively. I suppose that means Prior Fenric is not overseeing us today. He was here, but then he heard Lorenz Rothfogel had arrived, and he hurried out like a little mouse. Fenric is so desperate to impress the abbot and nobles like Rothfogel is pathetic. We feign kindness to Father Abbot and our prior only to speak about them like this behind their backs. It's shameful. Oh no. Baron Rothfogel, his manuscript. I just realized that he will want to see his manuscript. How silly of me. Of course that's why he is visiting. Perhaps if you were younger and faster, you wouldn't need to worry so much about patrons' visits. What's the problem? Guys, someday you will stand where Piero is and the young monk will stand where you are now. Anyway, what's the problem? The Baron is just one client. He has to wait like anyone else. Andreas, Baron Rothfogel is not like anyone else. He has powerful friends, including the Prince Bishop of Friesing. Kerem is already out of favor. Father Abbot does not want to have to deal with more attention. Well, if Prior Ferenc isn't here, I'm going to work on my masterpiece until he arrives. Oh, that's right, I need to reference the Indermar manuscript, a prominent family of the Swiss Confederacy in Austria. What do you want, Andreas? A book. The Indermar manuscript, the Book of Hours. Your hair looks messy today. Did you get enough sleep? What the hell? It is the name of the stream. Liar. Did I just get the book? That's all the way upstairs. Can't you get by without it? I'm sorry, but I really can't. I need to reference it for my work. Really? My foot hurts and the stairs are so steep. I'm just going to ask Illuminata to get it. Who? Okay. Sister Illuminata. Andreas needs help finding a book and I don't know where it is. Andreas. Sister Illuminata, I'd like to borrow the Indermauer manuscript of the Book of Hours. Yes, I overheard. Here, please return it promptly. Oh. She's good. What the fuck happened to... Why are they all white? Andreas, may I see how your masterpiece is coming? Of course, your opinion is always welcome. Yes, the composition is lovely. There is a joyful spirit in your arrangement of the figures. The contrast of colors is also quite nice, rich and beautiful on their own, but not overpowering the scene. Doesn't feel right, I don't know why. It's an excellent interpretation of someone else's work. What do you mean it's all my work? My son, you're copying the illustration from the Indermauer manuscript almost exactly. So, what's wrong with that? Haven't I improved on it? Aesthetically, yes, it's wonderful, but I feel you have not given much thought to what it represents. It's November. In November, we show peasants leading the pigs into the forest to forage on acorns before the slaughter. Andreas, the peasants here are no longer allowed to forage acorns in the forest. Many great lords and abbots across the empire have forbidden it, even Father Gurno. What difference does it make? This is the way November is painted. But it is not the way November is. Art is illusion, storytelling, but in their most sublime form, these images illuminate a path to truth. It's more important to me that my clients are happy they won't pay me for truth. Yes, but with God's grace, this book of ours will outlive us all. What will it say to those who see it in a future generation, centuries beyond our comprehension? Some will gaze deep in your lines and paint to seek a deeper meaning. What will they find? But you need not listen to my opinions. They are just the thoughts of one old monk. There is no place for the monastic cryptoria anymore. In truth, this room is a place out of time. Does it make you sad? Why is that? Why has Kiersaw kept this up for so long? Some people, some places, hold a difficult time letting go of the past. I am not among them. The creation of books, of art, is no longer the province of monasteries. So be it. More people will be able to write, more will be able to read, and in so doing, be brought to truth. Don't you think there's a danger in anyone being able to read, anyone being able to write? I think there will always be a place for artists like you and Brother Adok. And Brother Guy. It's kind of you to say so, Andreas, but you need not be concerned for me. I have lived a long life and I'm happy to have served the Lord. When he calls for me, I am ready. I'm gonna go grab something to fucking drink because I'm parched. It's a lot of fucking talking when there's no voice acting. So much shit to read. The time to eat. Is that what's happening? Are we eating? And where has the time gone? It is already monastic hour corresponding to 9 a.m., one of the little hours of prayer. Thereafter precedes Mass and the chapter meeting. That's true, we have to pray. Too much talk. I must ask forgiveness for not honoring the rule. Until later, Andreas. Until later. The fuck? What is bro doing? What's going on in here? Bro, what is bro doing? That was some fucking occult shit. I was writing occult shit in our monastery. Andreas, what was that noise? Oh, I'm sorry, Sister Illuminata. I knocked a bowl of paint on the floor. Then Prior Fenric came in, wrote in one of his books, slammed it closed, and left. He was in such a hurry, I don't think he even noticed me. He was slamming books shut. Prior Fenric should know better than that. Some of these manuscripts are quite delicate. I think he's on edge since Baron Rothvogel arrived early, which is why books should not be taken out of the library unless it is necessary for divine reading or works in the scriptorium. You're still mad at me for borrowing the Chronica Clara? Your Chronicle, a history of the universe for creation. No, anger is not an appropriate response for a nun. But the fact remains that you tricked me into giving you that book for no valid reason. Not valid, is it not valid to want to see the work of one of the great Irish scribes? One who wrote masterworks that even now grace libraries as Cologne, Fulda, and Mainz? No, it's not. Not unless it pertains to your work, or the abbot permits it. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait, what's all this fuss about Lorenz Rothvogel? Why is the Prior Fenric so nervous? Lorenz, I didn't know you were familiar enough with the man to use his Christian name. Anyway, I haven't dealt with him personally, but the Prior and Father Abbot have. Fuck. I lost my controller. I only know that he's purchased a number of our most valuable manuscripts over the years. And he paid enough to help the Abbey when we needed it. Like what? What did he buy? I can't remember. You know, I have my own responsibilities to attend to. How about this, Andreas? If you help me recover some missing books, I'll tell you what I know about the Baron. Well, of course I'll help you in any way I can. Thank you, it's for the good of the Abbey. Where should I begin? Out there, where you and your cohort have carelessly strewn books around the scriptorium, I will tell you what books I'm looking for, find them and return them to me. First book are 2 volumes of the Aeolnide, poetic epic telling the legend of Aeneas, a heroic Trojan who struggles to reconcile his personal desires with his destiny to found Rome. Reddish covers, 14 inches by 10 inches, 3 inches thick. Innsbruck inches or Nuremberg inches? What? Nuremberg inches are... What colors are the covers again? Reddish. Oh, I know the ones that are among Piero's favorites. He keeps them by my desk. And they are not his to keep. There's a fair amount of war on these. I hope you don't mind. What's going on? I'm trying to understand the fucking drawings. Those volumes were old even when Piero started to make the copies. How long ago was that? 3 years. The Aeolnide is not one of my favorite stories, but I understand why it appeals to Piero. Elena chooses duty to the gods over his lover, Dido. You think Aeneas' sense of duty appeals to Piero? We all have our vocations. Brother Piero takes his more seriously than most of the others in this abbey. You clearly take your chosen vocation seriously. Andreas, I didn't have a choice in my vocation. Few women do. Is it really that bad? Is being a woman that limiting? A woman? Being a woman that limiting? How would you know? True, she knows her life better than I do. You're right, of course. I appreciate that you understand how limited our roles and our choices truly are. Even in stories, we are maidens to be rescued and wed, cruel seducers of men, or wizened crones. Like Dido, we ordinary women are merely tools in the tales of men. We can never be the protagonists of our own stories. No woman is exempt from that, from the expression to a nun. It is our lot. I suppose I understand now why you are not fond of the Aeneid. It's fine poetry, for men. Now the books, if you please. Thank you. Next, Wretched Garen. This is a printed copy, green cover, diamond pattern. An Italian chivalric romance written by Andrea de Barberino in the early 15th century. Rises from impoverished origins to go on heroic adventures and discovered his noble parentage. Enjoyed greater success as a printed book. Wretched Garen. I do not have the size of the ledger, but hopefully the description is enough. Said Green. Brother Adoc was reading it. Green, there it is, I see it. The beauty of this book truly belies its ridiculous content. I'm surprised the Abbey owns a copy. We don't, it belongs to Almaes Roscoe of Lugano. It's a Venetian edition that's quite valuable. Highly contested Swiss market town. They loaned it to us 5 years ago, was subsequently lost, and the abbot has received 3 letters about it. I've certainly seen the brothers enjoying it. That book is not appropriate reading for Benedictine monks. I know how to pronounce things. A baby is sold to pirates, raised a servant, and lives a life of adventure, wooing princesses and fighting in tournaments. You forget the best part. In the end, Garen learns he has royal blood, the son of a duke. He reigns as a king and dies a pious hermit. What's not to love? Benedictines should be dreaming of reconciliation with our Lord, not lusty adventures. Suppose you're right, it's better suited for knaves like me. It is not my place to reprimand anyone for reading stories, least of all you, Andreas. Still, we must be on guard. Fantasy leads to temptation. Temptation has led to downfall of many men and women. Sometimes yes, but books like this, it's all the same type of fantasy, isn't it? To die better than we are born. What's the problem with that? Why shouldn't a peasant dream of being a king? There is neither Jew nor Greek, neither slave nor free, neither male nor female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. We may be one in Christ, but we are not equal in this world. It isn't this world you should be concerned with, Andreas. But the book, Andreas, we must return it, or would you like the abbot to receive a 4th letter? I hate to see the brothers disappointed, but I understand. It's not my goal to deprive the brothers of their joy, but to return Amadea Rusco's property. The book, please. There's only 1 book left, then you will be freed from bondage. Bondage? A dark red cover, 8 inches high, 5 inches across, 2 inches thick. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. The description should be sufficient. I don't know why you won't tell me, but alright, I'll find it. I saw what it was. It was right over here. And now I think about it, Guy has always been guarded about this book like he was hiding it. Ah, it's French. À me toucher par Dieu et dépouillé du péché au premier état de la grâce, et monter par les grâces divines au 7e état de la grâce, état où elle possède la perfection en plénitude au pays de vie par la divine jouissance. À vos actifs et contemplatifs, peut-être même anéantis par amour véritable, vous qui allez écouter quelques-uns des prodiges de l'amour pur, de l'amour noble, de l'amour élevé, de l'amour libéré, vous qui allez écouter comment le Saint-Esprit a mis la voile de en tel comme en joie navire. It's hard to fucking read a book without punctuation. Those were running sentences if I've ever seen one. Now that I think about it, Guy has always been guarding about this book. Fucking Guy. Very good, please bring it here. What is this anyway? Ah, it's in French. The soul that God touched, empty of sin in the first state of grace. What is this? Why are you asking me so many questions? Just give it to me. Why won't you tell me what this book is? I haven't asked so many questions. I've asked one question twice and you haven't answered me. I have good reason to not answer you. Yes? 3 French bishops condemned the book. All copies were to be burned. Its author shared the same fate. What? Why? It's crazy. You don't know, Andreas. It isn't my place to question the judgment of one bishop, much less 3. And before you ask, no, I haven't read it, but I know it contains a dialogue between love and reason. So the book is dangerous. When did the bishops condemn it? You're just fucking floating. I'm just fucking floating. 200 years ago. What? Why is it still here? Because Father Matthias loved books, all books. He didn't want to see it destroyed. I can sympathize, and he was right to do so. Books shouldn't be destroyed. The Holy Church does not share your opinion. It is their law we must contend with, not your emotions. Fume silently. The Church was wrong. I'm not going to debate this with you, Andreas, and Father Matthias is gone. It is not my place to question the former abbot's decision, but when Father Gernot learned it was in our possession, he wanted it destroyed. I didn't even know it was here. Mother Cecilia made a note of it in the inventory when she was the librarian. The book be destroyed, no one knows that it's here. I do, so do Mother Cecilia and Father Gernot. Blair. This doesn't end the dialogue, I'm gonna go for it. What? Why not? What are you going to do with it? Read it and become a French heretic. That's not funny, I'm serious. Give me that book or a deal is forfeit. I won't tell you anything about Baron Rothfigel. I propose a compromise. I will take the book from the Abbey far away. I'll be gone by the time Father Gernot asks about it, and if you like, you can say I stole it. I doubt he'll make a fuss about me stealing a book he wanted destroyed. I don't like this, Andreas. It feels wrong in my heart. I swear I'll take it. I feel like it's now 2 choices I've had where I don't have a chance to fail. Yeah. I'm trusting you in this, Andreas, against my better judgment. Don't make me regret this. Let's fucking go, I got the book. I got a heretic French book. Now then, Baron Rothfigel, quickly though, I need to finish up here soon. He said that he buys books from the Abbey, what kinds? He seemed unusually friendly with me, I don't understand it, honestly. She may only have time to answer one question, so I should choose carefully. He mentioned finding a copy of a story to say, he said it had some scandalous details in it. You know anything about the book? I have heard of it, but I have never read it, and I know little about its contents. The subject is broad, but I believe the book deals specifically with the Roman occupation of this land. What could have upset Father Matthias so much? I can't claim any deep insights into the former abbot's mind. I understand him to be a virtuous and charitable man, sometimes to a fault. It is not always best when an abbot considers himself a friend to his brothers instead of their shepherd. Do you prefer Father Gurn? Could something in this book have led him to a crisis of virtue? Virtue is only found in crisis. Without it, virtues are little more than ideals. That's a good quote. That's a good quote. Oh, that's a good quote. Who said that? That's not a. I mean, that was written for this game apparently, and it's probably like a theological, like a philosophical thinking, but I can't find an exact quote. So perhaps there is merit to that idea. Well, I must be off to mass. Thank you again for your help, Andreas. Wait, how will you get to church if you can't enter the scriptorium? I thought this was the only door into the library. We are standing in the oldest part of the abbey, and like any old place, it has its share of secrets. Get there, Andreas. God be with you. Sext. Sexting time. That's the bell for sext. I should see if Otto is around and still wants to eat with me. I think he's working by the guest house below the abbey. I want to read this fucking book. So I want to see what he fucking wrote in this. I wonder what Pierre Ferrec was doing with this book. From the library of the University of Five Churches, the Hungarians call it PEX. And that's where Ferenc is from. Doctor of Theology, George of Gran. Friend of his? Frank Steelis? A text on astronomy. Looks like I'm not familiar with it. Sloppy book hand. Couldn't have been produced by an abbey of note. Bastard script. Burgundian Flemish. Not from here and not recently. That's definitely Ferric's handwriting, between the lines and in the margins. Is he notating the text for the university? Is he notating the text for his personal use? In any case, it's a thorough commentary. What is this? What is this? It looks scribbled, not like Ferenc to be sloppy, and he didn't even blot the ink dry. Libra, Capricorn, Aries, all astrological symbols. What's written below? Maybe I should have learned Greek at some point. I can't make any sense of this. I suppose I'll figure it out in due time, but I'll copy this all down for reference later. Fuck. This is the trade-off of getting French heretic books, is can't read Greek. Where the fuck am I supposed to go? Right, there's so much new shit. I could speak with Brother Mathieu about an early payment for my manuscript. I did that. 2 more pages. I know there's so many people. There's so much shit. Where's my quests? I need to find out get in advance from the Gurtner, not tapes, taxes. Father Gurno may be receptive. I managed to convince Brother Mathieu to pay me early. Claricline gave me food for dinner. I should see if Otto and Endris are around. Otto is working below the abbey. Okay, so that's where I'm going right now. We're not going the right way, you know. Nobody's in here. Go by the kitchen. What's up? And grab a bottle of wine. Nope, nothing to see here. Where the fuck am I? Dog. I'm gonna pet the dog. Good dog. Fuck, I can't go out this way. Where? Where's the like hall to eat or something? Factory. They chapter house. Where do people eat? Refectory. Eat in the refectory. It's right here. Everybody's eating. What's up, guy? What's up, Florian? Mathieu. Rudiger. Brothers eat their meals. This is where the lector reads to them. Woljav. Volkbert. Ferenc. Bruno. Adok. And Piero. And Sabat and his master, I'm guessing, Lucas. Hello. To the cloister. Or genocide. I can go to the cloister. And I'm trying to leave. Who here? Mass. Anybody in here? Nobody in here. I'm going down. Down is where I'm going. It's fucking that guy. Go away, Andreas. Can't you see I'm busy? Not really. What are you doing? Mind your own business. I'm only curious. You're nothing but a snoop and windbag. Piss off. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Hey, McClaus. God be with you. Yes. What I'm looking for? Otto. Zimmerman. Good day, Master Mailer. Andreas, good to see you. I trust Clara gave you my message. Afternoon, Andreas. Otto. Clara did give me your message. Sorry I missed you this morning. I was still asleep when you came by. The abbot really lets you get away with anything, doesn't he? Leave him be, Otto. I'm hungry. Let's pray. This is the blacksmith. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts which we are about to receive from your bounty. Throughout Christ our Lord. Amen. 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 How did the morning treat you? Oh, your sore neck was the worst thing I had to worry about. Is your ass sore from sitting too? I get it. I want to eat some cheese. Just kidding, Andreas. You could cut your fingers preparing quills. No, they make Guy do that. Good. I don't like that stuck-up prick. Anyway, I saw you walking with that Baron, Rothvigel, in the meadow on your way up here. What's that all about? He's here to check on a commission. I'm maybe here to pressure. Alright, I saw him get into it with Lucky this morning. I'm not one for gossip, but that can't be good for anyone. Didn't I see the widow Emperor get into it with you two as well? Oh yeah, her. It seems like the Baron has left more than one bad impression on his last visit to Tassing. Father Matthias knew him well, but he had misgivings about the man. What kind of misgivings? That he fools around with young women. He's married, of course. Although that's only gossip, and it isn't Christian to spread rumors like that. It's not gossip that he beat up that farmer a few years back, old Rannig. May he rest in peace. Well, I wasn't there, so I don't know, but if he did that, yes, it speaks poorly of his character. We had a long conversation on our way up here, but he didn't mention anything about that. He beat someone? It's not my affair, not my affair, I can't speak to it. I wasn't there either, but I do know what happened. We had a long conversation on our way up here, but he didn't mention anything like that. What did you talk about then? I mean, no offense, but what does a nobleman have in common with an artist? He talked about me and my works. Of course that's what he's interested in when he's at the abbey. If he's in tasking, he's chasing girls or harassing peasants. And because he's friendly with the abbot, no bad would ever come to him. It's galling. This bitterness and envy are not good for our Christian souls, Otto. It's not envy, Andreas. No one should get away with what he does, what this abbey does. No offense to you, Andreas. I don't have any problem with the books the abbey makes. I mean, I never did learn to read, but if people are paying the abbey to make them, it doesn't bother me. No, I understand. He's a harsh lord. Oh, and Otto, did you see the Bauer's sheep escape the grazing fields again? No, but I'm not surprised. Martin was supposed to fix that fence and he probably did a bad job at it. He's always in a foul mood and he could be the laziest soul in Tassing. He can't even hold a hammer properly. Married and a father at such a young age, and he barely lifts a finger for his wife or child. On top of that, he's a damned thief. And before you say it, Andreas, that's more than just gossip. Look at him over by the guest house. He's probably figuring out what he can steal with the least amount of effort. He's a born shirker, sure enough. I know one when I see one. Especially when you look in a mirror. Speaking of Bauer's sheep, their eyes are... are shorn and the woman will be spinning it soon. Otto, I got it. Andrews, no need to tease. What God wants to happen will happen. Looks like a storm's coming. We should probably get back to it. Right, I'll catch up in a moment, Andrews. Oh, and just say hello to Eva for me if you get a chance. Eva, huh? Well chosen, Otto. And just tell her hello for me and keep out of it. I'll try to... You're the one involving me in your courtship. I'll tell her. Nones? Nones. What the hell? It's just started raining all of a sudden. Time for mass or some shit. What's going on over here? Carl. Oh, hello, Andreas. Hello, Carl. You seem busier than usual today. I'm behind in my work, so I went up to the shrine of St. Moritz this morning to pay for this aid. The candle I lit and all but burned away. I was there so long that I need to catch up. Your dedication to St. Moritz is impressive. Oh well, truth be told, I only started going to the shrine more often when Helena became pregnant. Her mother had trouble in childbirth, so I've been paying visits to Moritz's hand and Sitya's shrine to pray for their aid. I hope the saints hear your prayers. Thank you, Andreas, so do I. Look to this heart in a man. I don't need to always go check on the girls. God bless you, Andreas. Hello, Brother Mathieu. What are you doing out here? I thought you were aware that in addition to my role as Kirsten's sacrist, I tend to the shrine. He is the patron of Tassing and Kiersall both, so it is my duty to ensure his reliquary is well cared for. Whenever I visit, I always feel inspired. The martyrdom of St. Moritz. You are familiar with the life of St. Moritz, are you not? I don't make a habit of learning about every saint I come across. Well, you ought to learn something about Tassing's patron saint while you're here. By all means. St. Moritz is more widely known for his martyrdom at the hands of the Romans. He protected a town of Christians from slaughter, and in turn he and his legion were decimated. I mean, he was a Roman soldier. Yes, he was a Roman citizen and led a legion made up entirely of Christians into Bavaria. Bavaria, a powerful duchy in the southeast Holy Roman Empire, is east of Swabia and north of Tyrol. Passing Kiersau sits in the extreme south of the duchy near the border with Tyrol. When he refused to kill the Christians, even though they were traitors to Rome, the emperor had his legions massacred. Most of the pilgrims who visit come knowing only this, if anything, about his life. However, Tassing venerates Saint Moritz because he was the one to convert the town and save it from destruction. Yes, I've been hearing about some of the pagan history in town. Saint Moritz came here? Indeed. He and his legion were snowed into this pass. He and his legion. And the townsfolk refused to aid them. The daughter of the town's leader, Saria, was moved in spirit and snuck from the town to convert. She led Moritz to a spring, and as soon as she was baptized, the soul melted, revealing all manner of fruits. Moritz and his legion were saved by these miraculous gifts. The town was converted, and the rebels fled into the mountains. What happened to Saria? She too was martyred for her faith by the rebels inhabiting the town. Now her shrine protects Tassing from harm. Huh. I see the mysteries of our saints have overwhelmed your intellect. Many are affected so. God bless you. Till later, brother. God bless you, Andreas. Has your voice recovered from Easter Mass, Rudiger? Oh yes, it was a bit of a strain, but a worthy sacrifice. Well, if the Lord could give us his all on Easter. Exactly. Have a good day in the scriptorium. Have a good day singing. The apple trees have only started to bloom. It will be months before they bear fruit. What's this place? The hell? What is this, a volval? I've seen these before in astronomy and medical tracks. What is this one for? 2 wheels, the top wheel has Greek letters, and holes cut out to reveal Latin letters underneath. And the outer edges of the lower wheel is divided into 4 sections, each bearing an elemental symbol. Looks like the lines between the holes form constellations. I think they do anyway. And the quarter turn of the upper disc aligns a different elemental symbol with the top of the lower disc. Given the number and letters on the side of this, there's enough space for a total of 4 versions of the Latin alphabet. This must relate to the Greek letters I found in Fering's book. I need to compare them. These symbols aren't the same. There's more chance of sonar. The elements don't appear in the cipher, and the astrological symbols aren't on the volval. There has to be some connections between them that I'm missing. If I could find some way into the library, I'm sure there's a book I could use to figure this out. Sister Illuminata is in there most of the day. Perhaps I could find a way in after dark. And if all else fails, perhaps I could ask Warner Stoltz. He lives off the North Commons. Ever since he doesn't like me much, but find a way to get the information out of him. Okay, yeah, it's just the same thing. Brother Adoc, this work. I don't know where to start. Inconsistent spacing, rough strokes. You're working like you want to see this place closed. Brother Pryor, I am working to the best of my abilities, and I dispute your criticism. I may not be fast, but I still have my talents, praise be to God. And Brother Guy, why are you still on this page? What's wrong with you? Normally you're so reliable. Many apologies, Brother Pryor. I will work harder. Copying shit is hard work. Piero, I can't believe this. Baron Raphael has come to check on his progress, and this is all you have? You should have finished this months ago. Is your mind so corrupted by age that you didn't notice the seasons have changed? Well, you're not the one who will have to answer for it, so why should you care? Typical. He's a dickhead. You impudent knave, how dare you speak to me like that? I am the master of the scriptorium. It's my place to run the scriptorium as I see fit. I agree, Brother Prior. Brother Piero's work is unacceptably slow. You are insufferable, Brother Guy. Oh God, give me the patience to endure this. Please, everyone, this is my work and I accept responsibility for it. Prior Ferenc is right. Prior Ferenc, is this mine? Must be, yes? It is, my lord. I can explain. No, I don't want excuses. I've come all this way and I have to be honest, I expected more. It's nowhere near finished and the style is... well, it's very old-fashioned. I thought I made my desires clear. I feel like my generosity towards Kearsaw is being taken advantage of. Am I the fool in this sad story? No, of course not, my lord. Never. We can fix this, of course. Of course, we only want to accommodate you. Andreas, good to see you again. How should I respond to this? Theobald already seems annoyed. Even with his Christian name, you are brothers and comrades in art. I do agree with it, it's kind of funny. Good to see you, Lorenz. My lord, if you please. Fuck, he didn't like it. Father Gurno, why not have Andreas complete the rest of the illustrations? He's clearly capable. Well, my lord, why not have Brother Guy complete it if speed is your concern? No, I'm not talking about the script, that's fine, but the art, the illustrations. I want Andreas to do the others. Of course, I mean, if Andreas is alright with it. If it takes the pressure off of Brother Piero, I'd be delighted to complete the work. There we have it. I hope this allays your concerns, my lord. Excellent. By the way, Father Abbot, am I still welcome at your table for supper? Naturally, my lord. Wonderful. I'd like Andreas to join us. No, I can't. Made nonsense. You can meet with him any day. I'm only here for the evening. Well, Father? I fucking knew it. Fuck. Unusual or not, I doubt my good friend the Prince Bishop would deny additional guests at his table. What do you think? I understand. Yes, you're right, of course. Andreas may join us for supper. I look forward to it. I don't. I was supposed to go eat with the fucking Druckers. You had this planned. You must have put your hook in the Baron this morning when you ambushed him in town. Go to hell, Ferenc. Brother Prior, Andreas is not to blame for any of this. I am. Yes, you are, and you're embarrassing me, the Abbot and the Abbey. Prior Fenric is right, of course. No wonder we don't get more commissions. Guy, can you stop flattering the Prior for 1 minute? If anyone is the embarrassment here, it's you, Ferenc. Brothers! If you please, Sisters Zdena and I would prefer it if you could keep the noise down. It sounds like Samson slaying the Philistines in here. Of course. Get back to work, everyone. Well, that was not wonderful. There's nothing to be done about it for now. I'll finish my work here and wash up in the lavatorium for supper at the Abbot's table. No, but they're drunkers, man. Fuck me. Supper at the Abbot's table. Do I have to? Where the hell is the lavatorium? Oh, there, okay. Pressing this. Okay, whatever. We're going to church. Cloisters, what I'm looking for. The lavatorium. Andreas, I'm so glad you'll be joining us for supper, though the circumstances are unusual to be sure. I won't be able to speak with you, none of the brothers will, but it will be good to have you with us. That's a shame, I always enjoy our talks. Now the same doesn't apply to you at the abbot's table, you can talk all you like. Though I wouldn't recommend it, Father Abbot does not look kindly on idle chatter. I wish you could take my place. Anyway, I'm sorry for how the prior treated you. It's not fair, it's humiliating. Oh, no, my son. There's no need for worry about me or my pride. And we all need a taste of humility from time to time to keep our feet on this earth. Though, Andreas, you are my pride. I cannot claim to have taught you much, but I am proud to have known you and your work. And when you leave all of us at Kiersan Abbey behind, you can call upon your friend Lorenz the Baron Rothvigel to help you in your career. Nothing wrong with your style, it's not old because this nobleman says so. Don't trouble yourself over it. Time passes for us all, things change, the future will ride over the present. You need not fear it, any of it, so long as you remain true to yourself and God. Now I must hurry to the refectory to join my brothers. I will send you inside. I will see you inside. Refectory. House. Refectory. Should have left. Oof, glad you could join us. Thank you, my lord. Father Grinnell, Father Thomas, Prior Ferric. Simon Peter answered, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." The Gospel of Matthew, wonderful. Jesus replied, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven. And I will tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not overcome it." Have you read Matthew much, Andreas? Some, yes. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Then he ordered his disciples not to tell anyone that he was the Messiah. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. That reminds me, Father Gurno, have you read anything by Martin Luther? I can't say that I... He has some incredible ideas about the church. Brilliant, I think. Everyone's looking at him. My lord, is the meal to your liking? I believe I remember you enjoying our quail on your last visit. Quail, my god, Father Abbo, the quail's fine, but don't you think Luther's ideas are worth discussing? He's talking about the future of the church, shaking things up in a way I don't think we've seen before. I don't think we're supposed to talk much. Father Thomas, you see value in these ideas, do you not? My lord, I mean no offense, but I do not. Father Matthew, yes? How appropriate. What are your thoughts on Luther's attacks on the church's sale of indulgences? Baron, please do not involve the other brothers in this conversation. Fine. What about Andreas? Certainly a man who attended the same university as Martin Luther can spare some thoughts on his work. Really put me on this difficult position. Why not join in a debate? They may bring everyone closer to understanding the truth. It would be wise to defer to the abbot's authority and decline. To hell with the abbot. If he can't handle a little criticism, he isn't fit to sit at the fancy table. I'm gonna go for the, yeah. A2, Andreas. I expected more. You hit me with the A2. Enough. Lord Rothvegel, you are our guest and held in high esteem, but you have worn out my patience. We will not be discussing Luther's work with Andreas, Thomas, Mathieu, or with any other brother. Is that clear? I suppose, Father, it is your abbey, but you're taking too much offense at this and you're far too afraid of change. Whether it's from Luther or someone else, reform is coming to the church. You had better accept it. What? Neither you nor Martin Luther dictate changes of the Holy Church on their whim. This talk is beyond insulting. It's blasphemous. Outrageous. How dare you? I see. I've overstepped my bounds and I suppose I have ruined everyone's supper. My apologies. In spite of this unpleasantness, I will make good on my manuscript payment and the donation of my copy of Historia Tesseia. If you cannot accept what the future will bring, perhaps it's time for you to come to terms with your past. Well, no need to overstay my welcome. Fathers, brothers, Andreas, good night. Thank you, Andreas, for not letting him engage you in his debate. No good would have come of it. Now then, I must ask you to leave so I can speak to the brothers in chapter privately. Brother Piero, please accompany Andreas out. I will take my leave as well. Good night. Don't worry about Father Gurno and the Baron, and I'm sure it will all be fine by morning. I hope Father Abbot can see that the Baron's heart is in the right place, even if he picked the wrong time to express himself. That seems unlikely. Maybe so, but we must never lose hope. In any case, I do hope the Baron respects the Abbot's wishes for the rest of his stay. Brother Pierre, what do you think of Martin Luther's ideas? Ha! That is for younger and wiser men than me to decide. I am just a monk, thank God. Good night, my son. Time to sleep. I should get some sleep. Okay. Gotta walk home. Everything's closed, I'm guessing. Oh no, it's not. What the hell? Oh, there's fireflies. That's cool. There's a cat to pet. Maasfang. I missed a good part. How's the game so far? It's pretty slow. It also suffers from the same thing that Citizen Sleeper suffered with, which it's probably not a very good stream game because I have to read everything. So it's like very tiring for me. And there's a lot of text. But it's a very interesting game. It has a lot of theological, philosophical, and many other kinds of equal talks. Lamp's still burning in the guest house. Lorenz must be still awake. What was he thinking? He's a baron, but he shouldn't have expected to go that far. The storm didn't seem to be letting up anytime soon. I should get back to the Gertners. I want to apologize to the truckers. I also want to see what's up here. Fuck. What is Martin doing? How's your short hike coming along, old one? Huh? Is that a person? What the hell? You're alright, Master Mailer. Did you see that in the aqueduct? A ghost? Must be a better explanation than that. Well, I'm not here to tell you what you saw. Wouldn't be the first time people have seen ghosts around these parts. Interesting. Okay, we're getting to the good part, I think, because this was a detective game initially. This is just a lot of setup. Well, I think I found Johan's last lost sheep. I'm going to head home. Take care, Master Mailer. I will, thank you, Till. It's probably just a nun escaping into the city. Irises, beautiful. Forest, I don't need to go to the forest. Snowdrops. Mill. Roman ruins. A child's drawing, I wonder who the artist is. That's it, there's nothing else in this. Collapse. Access to the aqueduct. This looks like a Dutch windmill. What's it doing in Bavaria? I'm gonna pet the dog. Glass windows probably made in the Low Countries. Alright, let's go back to the Druckers. Ah, no! Pale horse, still on the floor. Remain silent. Matins, the pale horse, death. What's going on, bro? Sister, listen to my voice. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Yes. Yes, Father, I hear you. Am I here? Is this now? Yes, you are with us, and this is now. I apologize, Andreas. I mentioned that must have been quite alarming. Polly flicked the music loud. Is she alright? She is, yes. Sister Amelie is a mystic, gifted with visions, when God sees fit to give her one. Some are more frightening than others. How long has she been here? She's been sealed in the cells next to the church for almost 10 years now. If you came to Mass more often, you would see that I give her communion through a window to her cell. Her cell? She is an anchoress, a religious hermit so devoted to God that she has enclosed herself in a cell next to the church. She is dead to the world, but continues a life of prayer and religious contemplation. And sometimes, ever so rarely, she receives great and terrible visions. Is she local to Tassing, or is she a nun at Cairo? Neither. She came here from a Benedictine abbey in Lower Bavaria after it burned down. I am her confessor and caretaker. Many anchoresses are not literate. I write down her visions to help interpret them. Thank you, Father Thomas. I must rest now. Why do they do that sometimes? Of course, sister. Sounds like she's in a great deal of pain. She is. She feels a pain that is both physical and spiritual. Her spiritual pain comes from her revelations. They come and go. I try to address them as best as I can. The physical pain comes from a deformity in her spine and aching in her joints. I know of no cure for that, save prayer to the Almighty. Sister Amali was saying she had a vision of death. Could someone be in danger? Oh no, don't rush to judgment. Her visions are divine and powerful, but they could have many meanings. Some of her revelations take years to comprehend. Some may never be understood at all, as God wills it. Still, the arguments at dinner was quite troubling. Perhaps they had cast a shadow over our thoughts. Now then, the good sister appears to have fallen back to sleep. I must prepare for bed myself. Good night, Andreas. Good night, Father. Time to sleep. Time to get back to work. Wow. Sorry, Ursula. What happened? The storms rolled in during the night. It hasn't let up all morning. Claire and I have been doing what we can in here to keep us all from washing away. Peter and Georg are outside trying to deal with the flooding as best as they can. Oh my, is the farm in danger? There's always danger with this much rain, but we've lived through worse. Whatever happens, it will be as God wills it. You must have faith in Providence and ensure what is to come. Why, I have some food for you. Thanks, Eva. Here, sorry, I can prepare anything more. Otto wanted me to say hello, by the way. Oh, he did? Haha. Good, thank you. Have a good day at the Abbey, Andreas. Try to stay dry. I wanted to give them money. Andreas. I didn't see the wall was broken. It is. It must have broken in the night. Some of our sheep escaped. We'll have to track them down later. This is the way it always is. Rain falls on the Abbey and rolls downhill to us little people. Well, it's hard to blame the Abbey for that. That's just how rain works. There's a reason we're down here and they're up there, Andreas. Anyway, I have to go back to the sea later. I'm going this way. Well, Flower. Hello, Andreas. Okay, I have something for you. Oh? They should be enough to pay my rent and the tax you owe to the Abbey. Andreas, this is far more than your rent payment. We can't accept this. I insist, it's enough to pay back the Abbey, yes? It is, but Andreas, how did you get so much coin? Are you sure you have enough to spare? Don't worry, Clara, I'll be fine. Oh well, if you're sure. Thank you, Andreas. You don't know what this means to us. Happy to help. It's the Christian thing to do. You're a good man. I'll let you move on with your day. God bless you. We did a good thing. What's up, Andreas? Hello? Oh, don't have a, huh? Yeah, what about them? Can't fault him for having a good eye. I guess she's a good, strong-willed woman. Not a gossip, Andreas. But for the concern I have, the happiness of my friends. Of course, Andreas, fancy talk for being nosy. Well, if you ask me, I think Otto's being a bit too slow about it. Oh? He's old enough already not to be smitten like a boy. They both like each other, seems to me. If you found the right person, you should go for it. That's what I would do. What stopped you? Well, that's up personal. You just haven't found the right person? No. I do hope to find someone to have at my side as we build a family. God is not giving me this blessing. Could happen any moment. I must get back to work. At this place. Bakery? Ulrich. Storm cloaks. Oh, I have to wake up. Plenty won't get you any good. I paid Gret for last week's pumpernickel. Sorry to make you wait for it. No trouble at all. Please say hello to Lucky for me. Of course, now I'm off to home and then off to the Pfeiffers. I'm not the Pfeiffers. Ellen has about a month to go before her child is due. The last one was hard. He didn't make it. God rest his soul. I just want to give her the best chance she can have. It's in God's hands. Trust in Providence. Always Ulrich, but I'll do what I can to help. Why make the Lord do all the work? I must be off now. Good day to you both, and Andreas, stay out of the rain. Lahana will pray for her health. She will appreciate that. I'm not gonna do it, I'm a liar. What's in the bakery? What's in the box? Another child. I love the way they draw the children's eyes. So wide-eyed. Andreas, such a pleasure to see you. Back from more of my rye? I can't stay away from your rye. I was passing by, I thought I should say hello, now I must say goodbye. The hell? Whoa, chill, chill. Did I have talked to the guy? Do you have anything to say to me, Ulrich Stormcloak? Nope. God bless you. Shh. Steinauer house. I'm just fucking coming into people's houses. I should show. Pet the Schlau. It's in Hightown, northbound. More rooms. Old Roman colony. Old house. Passing is lucky to have such one ward. One ward. How much else going on here? What's going on? Father, I've said this before, but it isn't good that the water drains here so quickly. It's affecting the foundation. I understand, but if you dig here, you may be disturbing the bodies decomposing in the yard. Of course, Father, but they're going to be dug back up again anyway. Yes, but why disturb them unnecessarily? It's your church, Father, but you can't put this off forever. The foundation is going to crack. I understand. Perhaps after some of the bones have been moved to the ossuaries. Thank you, Lucky. Oh, good day, Master Mailer. Good day, Father Thomas. I didn't mean to eavesdrop. But worry not, Lucky was just reminding me of the danger severe rainfall can pose to the foundation. God looks after his flock, but sometimes the pen requires an earthly hand. It will be taken care of. God be with you, Andreas. And with you, Father Thomas. Meadow forest. It's in the forest. Smokey's home. Smokey. Oh, Master Miller? Yes? We met once before. I think you were drawing something by the waterfall. I'm Smoke, well Adam, but people call me Smokey. The charcoal burner. Yeah, I have to stay out here in the forest near the kiln. Is there anything I can do for you? No, just being friendly. Oh, of course, good to see you. Vaxslav. Hello, you're not a local, are you? I'm staying in Tassing only briefly. Why you stay out here in the forest? People don't much like Romani. Most folk despise anything that's different. I like staying on the edges of towns. Different is merely different, not better or worse. Not for most folk. I haven't seen you too often. Do you live here? I'm only visiting Tassing as well. My name is Andreas Mailer. Oh, you're the artist staying up at the Abbey. Nice to meet you. Most folk in Tassing don't come down here to talk. Right. I'm Vaxlau, a traveling tinker. I travel from place to place. Sharpen knives, mend small things that need mending, that sort of thing. What brought you here to Tassing, Vaxlau? Do the people need much tinkered? All folks have chipped blades and broken wheels, or loose hinges and worn tools. I wander mostly, but I can find a bit of work wherever I go. I actually came to see Kirshaw's library. I had hoped for one of the monks to read them to me, but the abbot wouldn't let me in. I'm not surprised to turn you away. What were you looking for? Well, I explained I was looking for a text about the elements. If they're primordial, as Aristotle says, then God didn't create them. They existed with him since the dawn of time. That's a fascinating idea. Not only that, but it explains the presence of the angels and demons before the creation of the world. Of the 5 elements, angels are fire and air, and demons water and earth, and that world was aether before the Lord formed it. That's why Satan appeared as a snake to Eve. Snakes can only dwell in deep caves and pools. Careful, people have been in prison for talking like that. I am well aware, Master Mailer. Nevertheless, I thank you for your concern. Anyway, I should get back to work. Until later. A shrine? Saint Sadia. The carving, it looks quite old. Rotten and full of bugs, no wonder Otto hasn't split it. Good to see you, Andreas. Waterfall must flow down from the snow melt in the mountains above the abbey. That's another mine. Destiny's old salt mine, how the town made money before the Imperial Road opened up. Martin? Fuck. I'm gonna fucking eat shit, Andreas. At you. Should get the scriptorium. Gurno will not give me an earful if I'm late again. The fuck did he? What happened to him? Hello there, Master Mailer. Hey, Till. Come to any ghosts lately? Not since we last spoke. Good, good. Have you ever seen a nicer view? Don't get sites like this in the cities, I expect. I can't say that Nuremberg has many Roman ruins, no. Oh yes, Tassing is full of them. Quite the marvels they are. I don't pay much mind to the writing on them, as I can't read Latin myself, but you might enjoy giving them a look. If you do, you'll have to tell me if they match the old legends I read about. What sort of old legends? Well, when Father Matthias was about abbot, he would let me borrow books from the abbey's library. I think I read through half of that library before Father Gurno became abbot. He and Father Thomas are strict about which books should be read. Books should glorify God, they say, not discuss the old pagan ways. Still, the accounts of the Romans in Tassing are my favorite. That old book talked about how the Roman knight Gaius Metellus defeated the Reti, I think it was. Heavy snowfall had him caught in this very valley, barbarians on all sides, when May sent a wolf. Mars sent a wolf to the knight. Instead of killing the beast, Gaius followed it to a magical spring with trees covered in all sorts of fruit. Gaius provided the wolf in the spring, and Gaius Metellus founded Tassing after defeated the barbarians to honor Mars. That's where all this came from. Sounds a lot like the story Brother Matthew told me about St. Moritz. I hadn't thought of that. Both were snowed into this valley, weren't they, and saved near spring? I wonder if it's the same story. Oh, I don't know about all that, Master Malin. A lot of stories get mixed up over the years. It might be all fable, but I enjoy the story all the same. It's nice to feel you're connected to those who came before you, even if it's only by the land you live on. My words. Been good chatting with you, Master Malik, but I gotta get back to work. Let me know if you find any particular good books in that library, alright? I will, until later. Martin is like Kuno. When I played fucking... Let's go with easy. I fucked up my relationship with Kuno at the very beginning. What's up, Niklaus? God be with you, Andreas. Still preparing to leave in this weather. The weather is unfortunate, but the Baron's wife will be arriving today. My lord intends to depart as soon as she arrives. How long have they been married? 7 years now. She's a fine woman, a true lady. I'm sure he would appreciate that. He spoke highly of you before he went to bed. He was disappointed that you didn't debate him at supper, but he understands that you didn't want to anger the abbot. Part of the art of rhetoric is understanding the right form in which to persuade someone. That was nice. My lord always wants to discuss things when the mood hits him. He is often alone in feeling it, unfortunately. Is there any chance I could redeem myself? Complained about being late to the abbey. Expressed fascination at Luther's ideas. Addressed the Baron by his Christian name. Fuck. Perhaps not on this occasion. I believe you may have offended the Baron in some other ways as well. For some ways. I would not fret too much about it, Master Mailer. He is a forgiving man. Where has he gone? Fucked. He went for a walk early in the morning. He didn't say where he'd be back. I hope he returns soon. The rain is turning everything to mud. My lord might surprise you, Andreas. He never minds getting mud on his boots. Of course, I'm the one who has to clean them. He used to be a weird man. Maybe so, I only know him as my master. That reminds me, do you see a short, surly looking young man in a hat? Surely you don't mean me. I know he was shorter than you by 2 hands at least. Can only be Martin Bueller. Ah, that would explain my lord's missing rings. Believe he stole from you? Not from me, no, from my lord. 1 gold, 1 silver, a handful of golden, and a book. And a book the Baron was planning to give the Abbey. The book, Historia Tasse. I believe so, yes. I went to pack the Baron's things and they were missing. The boys and Nolan think he wouldn't surprise me if he's responsible for missing rings. That would explain it then. Regretfully, he had ample opportunity for his theft. Yesterday I caught the boy with the hat. Martin, I suppose, peering in through the windows. I could have admonished him at the time, but he seemed heartless. That's a shame. I hope the Baron won't be too put out. My lord is a man of some means. He won't miss the gold or the rings. I do think he will be upset about the book. He was quite excited for the abbot to see it. In any case, I must finish procuring the horses. It was good talking to you, Andreas. Of course. God willing. Oh, this is wonderful. The rest of the abbey is soaked and there's not a drop of rain in here. Good thing the abbot had Otto replace the roof of the scriptorium and library last month. With the kale factory next door? What the hell? A communal warming room in monasteries. Usually attached to the cloister, but in Kierside is part of the old abbey and therefore connected to the old scriptorium. We can stay warm while everyone else is cold and wet. Instead of bragging about our good fortune, you should think about your brothers and sisters and pray for their health and safety. The abbot's foresight saved a lot of our work and protected what's in the library. The town hasn't fared as well. I'm sure they'll be fine. More importantly, if they're not, I don't care. Brother Guy, your heart's just harder than the stone on this floor. And the stone on this floor. We have the grumpy old monk, but where's the nice one? Brother Piero, haven't you seen him yet today? I did before Brother Guy arrived. Brother Piero left to speak to the abbot some time ago. What? Why is Matthew ringing the bell? It can't be Thursday already. I pray it stops soon. Such a cacophony is an assault on my frail ears. I'm not stopping. I suppose this means we're summoned to the chapter house. God give me the strength to endure the rain. It's 50 feet, old man. You'll live. God give me the strength to endure this, man. It's not stopping. What's going on? This can't all be because of the storm. I should see what's the matter. From the cloister. Maybe the chapter house. Something terrible has happened. What's happened? Blood on the walls? Piero. Is Piero dead? Who's dead? What the fuck? Who is that? Oh no, it's the Baron? Please, Father, where is Brother Florian? Have him come quickly. Be silent, brother. Brother Florian, if you please. He's dead. I'm sorry, Father. There's nothing to be done. He's dead. Sister Margaret, calm yourself. Sister Gertrude, please take Sister Margaret back to the garden. Yes, Mother Cecilia. God protect us. The Baron was a friend of the Prince Bishop of Friesing. Why is he worried about the Prince Bishop? This abbey is odd in more than one way. It existence offends someone in the church. We are far enough from Roman mains that everyone forgets about us, but this could bring unwanted attention. Florian, how easily do you think you could dispose of this body? Father Abbot, what are you saying? Why are you questioning me? Why are you wasting precious time? Do you want to see the soldiers of the Prince Bishop march up our steps and fling your brothers and sisters out of our home? And God protect us. Silence. Calm yourselves, all of you. Father Abbot, Baron Rothfugl's manservant is already preparing to leave. The Baron's wife should be here in a matter of hours. This is not the time for rash decisions. Yes, you're right, forgive me. But then what will we do? We must send the Baron's man to the court of the Prince Bishop in Freysinger at once. Mother Cecilia, the Baron said the Prince Bishop's archdeacon was in Innsbruck for the Imperial Diet. Even better, swift action will silence any whispers of impropriety on our part. Given the Baron's stature, the archdeacon will undoubtedly come to investigate immediately. We must cooperate with him fully and pray for a speedy resolution. Yes, good. Thank you, Mother Cecilia. Brothers in Wolfsland, please detain Brother Piero in the cellar until the Prince Bishop's man arrives. What? Brother Piero? Why? Father Bruno, I implore you to reconsider. He was caught in flagrant delicto, covered in blood with a knife in his hand. Blazing offense. Flagrant délit. Father, do you really believe that Brother Piero is capable of such a foul deed? Yes, capable, even enough when motivated by anger. I had no anger against the Baron, Father Abbot. I simply came across him like this. No anger, not even for assaulting your work and forcing us to give it to Andreas. This is not a subject for debate. When the Prince Bishop's man arrives, we must not be empty-handed. Even if Piero wanted to kill the Baron, he's not physically capable of the act. He wasn't angry. Anyone who was in the scriptorium knows that. Even Guy knows that. Be quiet. This is not your affair. This is my affair if you're going to make me part of Brother Piero's supposed motive. I am through debating this with you. My decision stands. Brother Voislav will detain Brother Piero in the cellar until I say otherwise. Brother Florian, please escort Andreas out of the abbey. Andreas, do not show your face here again until tomorrow. Do you understand me? What the fuck's going on? Andreas, listen to me. I sympathize with you. I don't think Piero did this either, but this isn't the time to push the abbot. I'm sure the other brothers and sisters believe Piero is innocent as well, but the abbot is worried about the Prince Bishop's attention. I can't let Piero die for something he didn't do. I appreciate your passion, but if you pursue this indelicately, you could make matters worse. Take a few hours to calm your nerves and your mind. You need to think clearly. Go to the Druckers, eat a good meal, and come back at noon. We won't have much time, but tap on my window with a small stone and I'll let you in. To examine the body. Sheesh, okay, things are going to get interesting. I should follow Florian's advice and go to the Druckers. Hopefully it will clear my head. Is he here, the guy? What's this, a letter to the Baron from Prior Ferric? My god, Lawrence was blackmailing Ferenc to get him to perform some kind of occult ritual. No wonder Ferenc was so unsettled when Lawrence arrived. Baron could have gotten him executed for witchcraft. Well, that's suspect numero uno is Ferenc. Then... figures in the shrine to St. Christopher are quite nice. Good day, Andreas. Back from the Abbey. It's only noon. Are you alright? I'm not sure. Well, why don't you come inside and sit down for a minute? If it's not an imposition, I'd appreciate a moment to rest. I'm not an imposition at all. My friends are always welcome in my home. Besides, I could use your opinion on something. Great. Good day. Andrea, should I fix you a plate? I'm always glad to eat your cooking, Marie. Oh my, Klaus, you must invite Andreas over more often so I can hear someone compliment my food. Your cooking is lovely, darling. Hello, Bertolt. Hello, Bertolt, how are you? Sleepy. I'm back to my workshop. I'm going to do a new run of Till Uhlenspiegel. That was a printing of a few years ago in Strasbourg, but it was awful, almost bereft of illustrations. What do you think of these new ones? I would suggest running this into 2 passes with the background elements of a lighter ink to help the characters stand out. That's a fine idea. I'll pass on your compliments to Marie. Are these her woodcuts? They are. The drawings were mine, but she did the block cuts. I got enough talent to draw the design, but only she can do the woodcuts and the type. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. 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 And just, what were the bells for at the Abbey? They were sounding for a long time. The visiting nobleman was found murdered in the chapter house. God in heaven. Yes, and it gets worse. One of the elderly brothers I work with in the scriptorium was accused of the crime. That's awful. A murder in Kearsarge? How could a monk do such a thing? I'm sorry, Andreas. The Baron seems like an interesting man, and I know he's been a patron of the Abbey for years. How did he die? Does the Abbot really believe that Brother Piero killed him? I'd rather spare you the details, but it's hard to believe what... Oh, don't hold back on my account. I've had children and even helped Agnes deliver a few. I'm not squeamish. No, I'm talking about the fucking child. But if it wasn't Brother Piero, who do you think could have done it? I did see Lucky Steinauer get into a shouting argument with Lorenz yesterday just before I walked by your place. Lucky? Why would he have caused a shout at the nobleman? I want some sauerkraut. Sausage. Farmer's bread. That looks so good. Egg pasta. There's probably something else going on that you wouldn't know about, dear. What do you mean by that? I'm not one to trade gossip, but if you really want to know, talk to some of the other women in town. Or Mother Cecilia up at the Abbey. It has something to do with the nuns. Or would Lucky argue with Lorenz about nuns? Oh, there's no need for that. Lucky is a forthright man. I'm sure if you ask him, he'll tell you what the argument was about. Thank you both. That's good advice. There's something else, though. When Lorenz and I were walking through the meadow, the widow Kemperin came out of the woods and... Yes? Well, she cursed him. I'm not surprised. Attilia's late husband, Rannig, ran afoul of Lorenz on his last visit to Tussing. I don't remember the details, but Rannig died just last year and Attila hasn't been the same since. Some egg pasta. She was always an old bitch, even before she was old. Klaus, that's enough. She's had to deal with the Jod's lot in life. And now she lives all alone at the edge of the woods. There are rumors she's going to lose her property soon. I do pity her, even if she is a bitter woman. There should be some exception in the law for her to inherit. It seems like it would be more just, yes. It wasn't always this way. I think my great-grandmother inherited this land way back when. Well, if men changed it, they can change it back. You're right, as always, my dear. Enough about Ottilia. Is there anyone else you think may have done it? I don't know if he has any ill intent, but Prior Fenric has been acting strangely since the day Lorenz arrived. Perhaps an academic disagreement. I know they're both avid readers, both of classics and new works. Grab some water. On his last visit, the Baron bought a book on astronomy for me. I knew the Prior has some similar interests. But would the Prior kill someone over a simple disagreement? It's not that outlandish. When I was in university, I saw men throw punches over small academic concern. What is an opinion for some is a testament of faith for others, and worth killing for. That may be so, but I've never seen that sort of anger in Prior Ferenc. Not even when Gernot was made abbot instead of him. Afterwards, he seemed bitter, but never violent. That just doesn't seem to be part of his character. So Lucky, the widow, and the Abbey Prior. Anyone else? There was something strange when we approached the Abbey together. Mother Cecilia was outside with some of the sisters. Mother Cecilia scowled and took the nuns inside without saying a word. Sounds like they have a history, at least. Maybe that farmer's bred. I do not know Mother Cecilia personally, but I've never heard anyone speak badly of her. If she has cause to dislike the Baron, I must believe she has good reason. Well, Andreas, it sounds like there's a lot to look into. Thank you for your care. You're always welcome here, Andreas, anytime. Yeah! You are especially welcome with this one. It's fucking bee hopping. God be with you, Andreas. Thank you. You can until I come back, Bertolt. I'll try. What a fucking... It's time to autopsy a dead body. We're going to go to the Abbey first. And just this way. There you are. I'm glad the storm didn't delay you. Now, even though I gave instructions that I was not to be disturbed, we must work quickly. Seeing a corpse up close can be unsettling for some. I hope you're up to it. I've studied medicine for a while in university. You saw dead bodies, I'll be fine. Seeing a dead body is different from examining one directly. Now then, you should probably take notes as we go. They might be useful later. It will begin by inspecting his interior. No visible wounds, no blemishes, teeth in good condition, nothing unusual. Neck, shoulders, and chest are ordinary. I need to clean some blood away to examine the torso. Yes, there it is, a puncture wound between the 6th and 7th rib. It's fairly shallow, though I estimate it penetrated only about an inch, and it likely came from his own hand. What? Nuremberg inches or longer. I'll write down Nuremberg inch. It doesn't sound deep enough to have killed him. It wasn't. It's likely incidental, received while falling on his own knife. He must have some other wound that issued forth all the blood we found him in. Then surely this must mean that Brother Pierre was innocent. It means it's incredibly unlikely that Brother Pierre stabbed the Baron, but it doesn't explain what actually killed the man. Brother Piero never should have picked up that knife. I'm sure the appearance of guilt never even crossed his mind. Now then, let's move on. Well, there is a sore on his sex, probably from the French disease. I doubt it has anything to do with his murder. French disease? Disease French soldiers received in the brothels of Naples? Yes, how do you know of it? We discussed it in university. Ah, yes, it spread rapidly even north of the Alps. The treatment is dire as it involves heavy mercury consumption. Anyway, it seems the Baron was not the most faithful husband, not uncommon amongst the nobility. I would expect a monk to be more shocked by this. I spent many years as a mercenary. Sex and death are common companions in that world. Besides, sex isn't all that rare even in an abbey. Between the brothers? It's not relevant to our examination, Andreas. Let's continue. Other than a few blisters on his feet from what I assume are new shoes, there's nothing wrong with his legs. Andreas, can you help me turn him over? Of course. There's a slight irregularity on his spine, possibly from an old injury. I don't think it has anything to do with how he died, though. Spent enough time with nobles to guess that he probably fell off his horse when hunting. It seems like a silly thing to risk your life for, but I am not one to talk. Whatever the reason, it didn't contribute to his death. Here it is, a rather dramatic head wound. The dark hair and the blood make it difficult to see, but it's quite bad. In my experience, I've never seen someone walk away from a head wound of this severity. Imagine the force of the impact would have been quite great to crack the skull. Quite right, I see your medical training was not forgotten. I lack the benefit of university study, but the battlefields of Poland and Lithuania did provide an education of sorts. I wish I had finished my degree. I could be more used to you by now. There's no need to despair. Many hands would make more work in this instance. The wound looks like it was caused by a single powerful blow from a blunt object, probably no more than 4 or 5 inches across. How can you tell? Their skull is cracked in a single spot, and there's a clear impression in the skin around it. It would take extraordinary precision to hit the same spot twice, unless the Baron were already dead. It's likely he didn't die immediately. How long he could have survived for? I've seen similar injuries in battle. The victims don't last more than a few minutes, but it's agonizing death. Even so, he couldn't have wandered far from where the blow was first struck. So he may not have been attacked in the chapter house? He was either attacked in the chapter house or someplace in the immediate area. There was blood on the wall in the chapter house. Could he have been attacked outside of the abbey? No, I don't think so. With a wound like that, he would have collapsed before he got inside. And certainly someone would have seen him. Anyway, whatever killed the Baron was a blunt instrument. The part that impacted him was likely a little smaller than a fist. I'd say 2 to 2.5 inches around. Perhaps a pig mallet, an oceaning hammer, or even a round stone 4 to 5 inches across held in his hand. That's specific. Estimating side distance and numbers have always come easily to me. Hopefully your talents will help you find the murder weapon in short order. Whoever did this must have caught the Baron unaware. Save the small knife wound, he has no other injuries. I suppose that he was struck, drew his knife to defend himself, and fell on it before Brother Piero discovered him. But I believe we've discovered 2 important things. Piero didn't stab the Baron, even if had, it's not what killed him. And we also know the Baron was killed by a blow to the head from a heavy blunt object. Now you just need to find what caused the blow and learn who struck it. Oh, there's another item of interest. I found it in the Baron's jacket, but didn't want to open it without you. A note of some kind. I trust you to open it more carefully than I would. What does it say? The girl who died and the innocent with her. Matin. Monastic hour corresponding to 2 a.m. Matins chapter. The girl who died and the innocent with her. Girl, what girl and what innocent? Are the nuns? It's been years since any of the nuns had died. Perhaps Mother Cecilia would remember. Can you tell who wrote it? I don't think they're French or Flemish. It would be some form of bastard script. Bastard and Burgundian scribes write similarly, but no, this is highly refined Gothic hand. As good as Adok and Guy are, I don't think they could replicate this. What, really? Not them, who? I intend to find out. I wish you could luck finding the answer. Now, I'm sorry to rush you, but I'm gonna ask you to leave. Every minute you stay in here is additional risk. Were you expecting someone? Brother Florian, could you open up? It's Werner Stolz, the physician from Tassing. Ah yes, I'm in the middle of something. Could you return after supper? I'm afraid I can't wait. Father Gernot asked me to examine the Baron's body. Alright, just give me a moment. I just need you to hide yourself. Or Morner, I don't care if he knows I'm here. Brother Florian. Yes, just a moment. Get behind the cupboard. Fine. Whoa, bro's fucking jiggy, Chad. Dr. Stoll, sorry to keep you waiting. Now, what did you need? The bandit wanted me to examine the Baron's body before his wife arrives. It seems unnecessary at this point as I've just completed my own examination. Well then, what's the harm in letting me take a look? Dr. Stolz, with all respect, I've finished. The cause of death is clear. If you had arrived an hour ago, I would have had no problem with your assistance. Assistance? I'm a university-trained physician. I can examine a corpse on my own without the help of a battlefield sawbones. Remain hidden. Regardless of youth opinions regarding my abilities, the examination is finished. If you insist on inspecting the body anyway, I must insist that the abbot tells me himself. What? Making bring the abbot here is a waste of time. So is performing an examination on this corpse immediately after one was just completed. Idiotic. I'll return with him presently. That was close. Now quickly leave through the cloister before they return. Think nothing of it. I'll see you tomorrow. Shit's going down. But I'm not working. I should find someone to eat with. I can't get that note out of my head. The girl who died. Who didn't mean it. Who wrote it? She's not here. He's not here. I wanted to talk to Cecilia. Sulfur. Who had sulfur? Sulfur. That was who had sulfur again? Okay, I didn't remember. Someone has sulfur. Where are my yellows? My yellows! Master Miller, would you care to share supper at my table? I would like to talk to you about my late husband. The fuck does she know who I am? Sure. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts which you are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ our Lord, amen. Amen. Does she know who I am? I find myself rather out of place here without the comfort of the Baron. Thank you for agreeing to share a meal with me. Of course, the honor is mine. You must have been staying nearby to arrive here so quickly. You are an observant man, Master Mailer. Indeed, I was staying in Innsbruck while my husband visited the abbey. Some fucking quail. We'd meant to take a tour of the Alpine towns before returning to our home in Worms, but while returned, we shall. Sorry for your loss, my lady. This sorrow is just the first of many, I'm afraid. Are you married yourself, Master Mailer? So much of the world. Perhaps it's no surprise you and Lorenz became fast friends. I imagine he saw something himself in you. His thirsts were not limited to his scholarly pursuits regrettably. His lust for drink and women once affected him with great remorse, though such shame faded with time. Lorenz was a flawed man. His various infidelities here were no secret to me, but are we not all flawed before Christ? I loved him as a wife should properly love her husband, but I should not say that we were friends. I only hope his appetites are not what led him to his end. I've been searching for the answer to that quandary myself. Were you and Lorenz so close that you would trouble yourself so? I fear the abbot and the archdeacon will be led to inaccurate conclusions by circumstantial evidence. My mentor, Brother Piero, was found. If not him, then who? You do not wish to speak out of turn. I see. Well, I suppose you shouldn't surprise me that my husband made his share of enemies. He was a man of many opinions, and he gave them freely to all who would listen, and some who would not. The previous abbot, Father Matthias, seemed to appreciate that about him. This new abbot is perhaps more conservative. Father Matthias was an open-minded man, from all I've heard, a true scholar. Father Gurnot does not share Matthias' passion for the written word, yet endures the expense of it. To be put in such a position would make any man unhappy, I understand. I wonder what he will make of Lorenz's gift to the abbey. He had found a book about the history of Tassing. I believed it contained some scandalous details. He said it corroborated fears Father Matthias had expressed it, but he didn't share the particulars with me. You have since what the scandals involved. Beyond the broad basket of Tassing's history, I cannot say. My understanding is that this community is quite old. I'm sorry I can't be more of help. I have some education, but I lack my husband's thirst for knowledge. If you find the book, hopefully its significance will be apparent. If God wills it. Plan to stay in Tassing long. Only so long as it takes the Archdeacon to investigate my husband's murder. Though the circumstances of my time here are dire, I'm in no hurry to return. What is that, if I may ask? I shouldn't, I see a glimmer now of what Lorenz saw in you. You are a disarming man, Master Mailer, and much too easy to talk to. You're not the first to tell me so. That does not surprise me. To be frank, I do not know what will become of me when I return to Worms. My title and residence may be in jeopardy. Lorenz and I have a son, but he is young yet. I don't know many of the legalities, only that my position is at some risk. You're in a difficult position. I will pray for your happiness, as will I, Master Mailer. I'm sorry to cut our conversation short, but I fear I must rest. Thank you for having me at your table. Be well, Master Mailer. And whatever anyone says of my husband, I'm certain he appreciated your friendship. How long is this game again? How long to beat? Pentiment. Pet the dog. Pet that dog. So the woman who was on the fucking... who jumped here was probably the one that smelled like sulfur that I was told to go back down to see for my yellows. The yellows. Always fucking scares the fuck out of me, man. Time for some bed. Time for some bed, yep. English. Middle of the night? I'm getting abracadabraed. Andrew. Stare at this child. the middle of the night there, so. How did you get out of bed? Strap. I see. Haha. Would you like me to tell you a story? Would that help you sleep? Hear the story of the cat and the cradle. Far up north in Flanders, where Lenhart's mill came from, there's a town by the sea. 100 years ago, there was a great flood there on the feast of Saint Elizabeth. You know how mad your dad gets when the water comes through your farm? Well, it was like that, but much worse. If your dad saw Saint Elizabeth flood, he'd probably lose all his hair on the spot. The waters rose so high that everyone had to leave the town. Many families lost their homes. When the flood waters went down, the townsfolk went to look for survivors. Would you believe that they saw a baby cradle floating in the water? I know it's strange credulity, but it's about to get even stranger. There was a cat on the cradle. It was jumping back and forth to keep the waves from getting in. The townsfolk couldn't believe it, so they slowly rowed their way out to the cradle, and when they looked inside, what did they see but a tiny baby, warm and dry? Oof! Anyway, that's why they named the town Kinderdijk. Kinderdijk. Makes more sense if you know Dutch. I'm never up for the early hours of the day. And he's learning how to be hop. Hello, Andrews. The day's treating you well enough, even though there's not enough hours to do it all. The storm made such a mess of the town, and there's the leaks in the roof and home, and then there's all that wool. Lord, are the eaves so near the lambing already? You notice? Yes, they're just about due, but we shared them last week. What a trial that was. Must have spent ages washing it all. Have you ever smelled wet, dry wool? There's nothing worse. Now that it's clean, we got to spin it, and that takes an age all of its own. Lord, I don't know where I'll find the time. Surely you won't be doing it all yourself. Sometimes I forget you're from Nürnberg. Clara, Hidiva, Cat, even little Ursula will be there, though she makes mischief more than she helps. And at least the work goes quickly with the women working together. Lively conversations help pass the time. Sometimes we even get visitors. I could be a visitor. Don't you let Clara catch you talking to me like that. Too bad other men in this town won't follow your example. You're welcome to come. I'm sure the others would be glad of your company too. Joy and Balmer will be here to keep an eye on us. As long as you stay outside, I can't see what harm your visit would cause. I'll consider it. Count me in. I'm pleased to hear it. Everyone will be glad to see you, and I always appreciate your company. We meet at Joanne Balmer's house. Come by in the morning or afternoon. Speak to Joan. Morning or afternoon, Joanne Balmer's house. I should get back to work. It was a pleasant running into you. Pleasure was entirely mine. You relentless flirt. Keep your voice down. She's right there. What's up, Peter? What's up, Big Jorg? Andrew, you say hello to the girl today? No, I meant the chickens, Peter, James, and Joan. They like it when you stroke their back or give them a good scratch under the breast. You name your chickens after the apostles? Couldn't think of anything more feminine? All the pretty girls I know are married, though. Naming a chicken after another man's wife doesn't seem right. But I hear about the apostles every Sunday in Mass. They witness Jesus' greatest moments of glory. And I was thinking that's how it is with the girls and me. They see everything I deal with around here. Don't mention that to anyone. It's fine, I get it. I'll just tell them the girls. I'll just call them the girls from now on. Oh, we sell them to the boyos. Clara says we need the extra money for taxes. Anyway, I should get back to it. Gotta speak to Otto, man. Where is my boy? Hey, Otto. No, I gotta give you a pep talk. Fuck, I can't. Bum, bum, bum. I wish to talk to the prioress. She's here. I did not mean to just leave. I don't think she likes me, unfortunately. God bless you, Andreas. God bless you, Mother Cecilia. Is there anything I might help you with? Why do you not trust the abbot's judgment? Help you what? Blame someone else for the murder? Help me find justice. You know what happens to this abbey better than, you know what happens in this at this abbey? The Baron caused irreparable harm to one of the sisters on his last visit. The damage was severe enough that she had to leave us for some time. Kind of harm. Irreparable. That is why I removed the sisters from his presence as soon as I could. Which sister, can I speak with her? No, Andreas, I don't think that would be appropriate. I understand this is less information than you likely wanted, but I do not think I can tell you any more in good conscience. Trust me when I say that the victims of this incident could not have killed the Baron. Yes, we kept records on all the sisters. Not that it does you any good, you're not allowed. Could I ask to see them? She won't give them to you. Our records aren't available for outsiders to look through. Sister Illuminata told me there's a secret entrance. Oh, and do you know where it is? Entrance somewhere in the crypt. Why would you think that? The entrance to the library from the scriptorium is 123 feet from the church tower. That's ridiculous. You just made that up. Nuremberg feet specifically. Anyway, why would that tell you where the entrance to the library is? The crypt does not run parallel to the church, but 10 degrees off, and the far end of the crypt is 135 meters from the entrance. This will put it directly underneath the library itself. Since no one ever sees Sister Illuminata or as Dina entering or leaving, that is the only reasonable explanation. I suppose you think you're quite clever. No at all. I'm just telling you what I know. Don't try it. You'll be caught, and you'd be lucky if the abbot only banished you from the abbey until Judgment Day. Ah, you're probably right. God bless you, Mother Cecilia. May God bless you. She... Gotta go ask Illuminata. I'm gonna go just look at what the crypt looks like. Just take a look-see. What does the tower look like? Watch where they ring the bells. The foundation of the abbey were built when the Romans occupied this land not long after the death of Christ. These tomb markers go back centuries, all the way to the founding of the abbey. Abbot Dietrich from the height of Kiersaw's power in the 14th century. Those days have long passed. A lovely relief of the Virgin and the Child. Shame it's hidden down here. Must be something else. That's nothing special. Something else. That was it. Now what? What, do I just go in? Okay. I did want to ask them first. Ask her to give me access. I don't know if she would, but... see anything. I'm sorry about what's happening to Brother Piero. I do not know him well, but I find it hard to believe he could have killed the Baron. He didn't. Sadly, no. Most mornings I spend my time reading in the courtyard, but the rain made that impossible. And although the brothers are friendly, I do not know them well enough to speculate. I am sorry. I know it might be far from your mind, but have you considered my offer to eat with you and the townspeople? The Gospel says that man cannot live on bread alone, but from time to time a little bread is required. Not now, but perhaps later. Of course, God give you health. Show me to the kitchen and the cellar. Hello. Sorry, Andres, I can't leave you down there. Father Gurno doesn't want anyone talking to Brother Piero before the Archdeacon arrives. What am I going to do, elope with him? I know. You know, this is just a few minutes. I really shouldn't. Okay, so no, it's not a roll. I have to do enough things that allow me to succeed. Okay, I understand how the system works. I'm sorry. No, you're right. I'll leave it alone. That's you. I can't talk to them. Fuck. Good day, Andreas. And there's a deep indentation in this parchment. Whoever wrote on the pages above must have been angry. I wonder if I could make a charcoal rubbing. Yeah, sure. Claire's Alpine Day. It's a letter to the Baron by Ferenc. And this must be where Ferenc wrote the letter I found in this guest house. Clarence was blackmailing Ferenc. It's the same text. What are my leads? Do we have? Some of the peasant women have invited me to spin wool with them and share in a little gossip. They could learn something about who could have wanted to kill Lorenz. The women meet at Johan's house just off the commons. I should let Johan know I want to attend. Baron and the nun. I was able to find an entrance to the library. Both hands. Prior Fenner has been acting strangely. Should talk to him. This guy the Volvel he was hiding when he deciphered the manuscript. I can use this to figure out the cipher he left. Attila cures the Baron. Need to talk to her. What he was arguing about. Oh, Mason. Archdeacons. The Baydock. I go see the abbot's house. Ferenc. Baron murdered. It's dark days indeed. I would have never thought him the type who could have possessed him. School your tongue, Andreas. A murderer he may be, but the man is still your brother in Christ. Envy and pride inspire men to madness, Andreas. Then even old men. When you have come to me for a reason, do you need something? Came across an interesting letter from you addressed to the late Baron. What? Where did you get that? Shouldn't leave this type of thing lying around. An unscrupulous person might use it for devious ends. Because this doesn't look good. It's not as it looks. He meant to curse me into performing a ritual to help him with a condition. His French disease. But I refused as the letter makes abundantly clear. The French disease. He was likely taking mercury for treatment that can cause curious behaviors at high doses. Mercury might explain his cavalier attitude towards our mutual interest. He seemed to believe he was untouchable. I am under no such illusions. What could you have possibly had in common? Books. I am the prior of the Kierson Scriptorium, one of the few of its kind left in Christendom. Modest though the abbey may be, our library contains works on subjects rarely found beyond the walls. Certainly not all in the same place. For men of certain academic interests, it is perhaps the only place we may meet and discuss them. Are you a witch? No. I am a scholar and a man of God. How dare you imply otherwise? The Baron's interest was more than academic. When he wished to make it practical, I refused. There's nothing more to it. I did not kill Baron, and I do not care if you believe me. It is simply a fact which the Archdeacon will surely realize. Now, is that all? I have duties I really should attend to. I have a few more questions. Kid. Pardon? And why were you sneaking around the scriptorium? Why are you trying to distract me? Because you insist on prying into matters that are not your business. Let us seek a common understanding, Master Mailer, as two brothers in Christ. Please, let's. I do love understanding things. The scriptorium is my domain and you are a guest here, and so long as it is true, I do not answer to you, but the abbot only. Is that clear? If you don't mind me asking, why aren't you the abbot? It's an elected position, isn't it? Did your brothers not find you fit? You're not better suited for the job? That's not... I will not discuss this with you. Are we done here? At the dog. Andreas, speak to me. He does not wish to speak. I'm gonna stop here for today because I am starting to spaz out. I am going to go. Thank you guys for watching. Find someone to raid. All right. Ciao, ciao.